I'm not
Hi!
getting fuzz.
No, that TV is angled and it made me think we were over, like the camera was over there or something.
I mean, we could all focus there. No, that's main cam.
Hi, everyone.
So, welcome to another off-topic podcast. I'm your host today for some reason. Lindsay Jones, hello, filling in for Michael because they're playing Lasso right now.
The better Jones.
Yes. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Take that, Michael. Here are our lovely Twitter handles below. Please follow each of us. This week's podcast is brought to you by MeUndies and Blue Apron.
Right there.
Yes, excellent.
Trevor and I just held hands.
Oh, that was
We touched a little
Can you
bit.
do it again?
No. His birthday was yesterday.
Yes.
We held hands yesterday.
Happy belated.
Thank you. And we should also remind people this is the last noon podcast.
Yeah.
So starting next week, podcast starts at 2:30 Central. So if you want to watch it,
That's 3:30 Eastern time.
that's 3:30 Eastern.
That's 12:30 LA time, Pacific time. That's 1:30 Mountain time.
That's 8:30 p.m. at night for our friends in London.
Yes.
I think. Is it +5 or +6 right now?
What about our friends in Australia?
Friends in Australia, it's like 11 a.m. Is that right?
Is it?
Or no. What,
It would be
shit, I
4.
I used to know.
4 a.m. I don't know.
What?
I have no
I think
idea.
it was
It
like
is a
+4.
ton. That much we know.
In the morning.
It's 2.5 hours later than it used to
It's
be. How about
5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. in Sydney, so add 2.5 hours, so it'll be 7:30 a.m.
that? We had a good time celebrating your birthday yesterday, Jack.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How'd it
It was
go?
great.
Good. Really good.
Oh, was I there?
No.
Okay.
That
My dad
was
brought my birthday cookie cake, which is
Yeah, I had a
it's
tiny
a
bite.
staple.
Your
So
dad
good.
is
I cheated a tiny bit.
precious.
Yes.
Like, I've never seen, I've seen some supportive fathers, but yours especially, like, goes hard and being like, I love my son.
Yeah.
I'm just so damn proud of him.
This is if my father meets anyone.
My dad was
under
supportive, but he's dead. Thanks for reminding
Sorry,
me.
yeah.
If my dad meets anyone under the age of 40, he's like, "Oh, you on the internet? What? Do you know Rooster Teeth?" And it's like, "All right." It's like my son. It's like, "Thanks."
He
Dad."
backs all the way up. He goes, "Have you heard of the internet? Now are you on
Well,
it?"
if you're ever on the internet, you should check this out.
I think the most embarrassing parent thing that I had happen with Rooster Teeth was when we first started, like season 1 of Red vs. Blue, Microsoft hired us to do the kiosk videos. You know, like when you would go to Walmart or Target and they'd have the little Xbox 360 kiosk that would play promotional videos, trailers, and whatnot. And sometimes you could play a level of a game. Well, we did a run of videos for them, for all the kiosks, quite a bit of them. I think we probably did like 20 of them. And this is when we talk about how, like, from day one of Rooster Teeth, we were making 20 episodes a year of Red vs. Blue, but we were making another 20 or 30 or 40 of other stuff that people didn't generally see. It was stuff like this. And so I told my mom, she camped out at the Walmart in Mobile, where I'm from, in Theodore, and anybody that would walk by, she'd go, "That's my son talking." Do you hear that right there?
Hear that voice?
The tennis game? That's my son. That's my son talking.
That's adorable.
That's amazing.
That's
that was
awesome.
pretty embarrassing.
That reminds me, one of the earliest pieces of content, and it's early, not as like that isn't RVB or RT Shorts or anything like that, but like I remember stumbling into your Dallas Clark commercial. I don't know if that was for Madden or
The
EA
commercial
or
that got us
whatever.
fucking fired.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
lost you a lot of money.
Dude,
Cost us a lot of money.
but that was
was a
so
good
funny.
commercial.
It was so
It
good.
was.
Not only was Dallas Clark our tight end for the Indianapolis Colts at the time, number 44, so I was a little biased, but it was just funny. It was just a good video.
Who
The
tackled
best-
Dallas Clark? Oh my God, it was Dallas Clark.
The best
Wait, whoa!
part.
He got tackled? I can't believe it. Who must? Oh, that makes sense.
This has been told. This story's been told many times, but for those of you who may not be like Rooster Teeth lifers, I'll go really short. We used to do advertisements. We used to do a lot of ad videos. It's kind of what Joel still does sometimes, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But for ad agencies where, especially back in the day, they needed video game footage for a TV commercial. Nobody knew how the fuck to get it. But we did. We worked with dev kits and we did that stuff. So we would get a lot of business in the first 5 or 6 years, not the first 8 years, doing video game commercials for like GameSpot or wherever, all kinds of stuff. And one time we had this contract for EA Sports where we were doing all these EA Sports commercials. And in one of the commercials, we just had Dallas Clark just happened to get tackled. And it was a bad tackle. And he, in a press conference, he said, somebody asked him about it, and he said, "Yeah, I don't know what that is, some video game thing. My mom called me up and said, I saw you on a TV commercial. It looks like you died." And we were like, "What? What the fuck?" Dallas Clark just mentioned our dumb Madden commercial. And so we were so entertained by that, and we thought it would be really funny to be like, well, we don't want to piss Dallas Clark off or make him, so we'll make him the hero in this new commercial. We put that out within like 4 hours. ESPN called us. They wanted to do a live on-air interview with SportsCenter and stuff. And then like 20 minutes later, the ad agency called us and they said, you have angered the NFL Players Association. Take that video down immediately. We did, and then we got fired.
Yeah. I just love the idea that the graphics were so good. It was like, that's clearly you, not a video game.
That's
Dallas Clark's mom
the
is
ad.
watching fucking Price is Right, you know, and she goes out and she goes,
Oh my god.
My God. Dallas.
So if anyone happens to know Dallas Clark, let us know. I want to hear if you ever saw the new updated one where he was everything.
Do you guys have to disconnect sometimes with like older generations or your parents? Like my parents, my father's pretty internet savvy. He knows what's happening. My mom can.
your dad's all over porn.
Yes, he is.
In
And
the
online
porn or
poker.
watching porn
A
or
little bit of both.
discussing?
Dabbles. Yeah.
Is it like a book club, but
He's
for porn?
he's into poker porn.
Yes.
Poker porn.
Oh, like those anime porn.
That's where you watch porn while you play poker.
Yeah.
Here
Oprah
comes the
started
river.
it with her damn book club. My mom can she can send an email.
Yeah.
That's about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
good job, well done. But it's always kind of crazy to talk to them or just people from their generation about what we do, or just the internet in general. Like I was speaking to one of my relatives at Thanksgiving, and it just I could not get this connection for him to understand like what kind of content we make or what kind of audience we have online. He was like, "Oh, do you want to be like a news anchor?" I'm like, "No, fuck that, absolutely not.
No.
I don't. Thank you."
No. They're like, okay, but I don't understand. I don't understand what it is you do there, but it sounds
Actually,
good.
my grandparents' description of what we do is I say we're an online media company like ABC or NBC or Fox, except on the internet.
Yeah.
And then it's
And
oh, okay.
For my family, I do something very similar. I just say it's kind of like Netflix or HBO or something. Yeah, but instead, like in the sense that we are our own company and then we have our own IP and then our own website.
Do you have different like careers for different people you're talking to?
Yes.
Like I have a totally different
100%.
USA depending on where I am.
Absolutely.
Like, and it's varying levels of their internet savvy.
Yeah.
But at the bare minimum, sometimes I just say I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're
It's
just
pretty much
comedians.
Was it Jeremy? I think he was going to Australia or something. He put like entertainer for his flight
Or talent.
information.
That's what I do.
Talent.
Yeah, I was like, entertainer could be like anything.
Yeah.
You could be a stripper.
I put entertainment online.
Yeah.
And they're like, what is that? I'm like, oh, I play
Just
video
do it on the
games.
plane.
I put I'm good for those. I just put creative director. That's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah,
People understand
I put producer, and then they usually go, "Oh, what like music?" Because usually people think
Someone-
music
He's
producer,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Look at this douche. Obviously, it's music.
Yeah.
yeah,
Jean jacket.
For my grandparents, I just tell them like, yeah, I play video games. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's what happens. But there are
What if they
people-
do worry about it?
they're not.
They're not-
I know a
The
little bit
devil's
about his
worst.
family. They're not going to worry about
100%
it.
though people at the church they go to that watch our stuff.
Oh,
Hey,
really?
And
Caden's in
she's
the
like,
chat.
yeah, they talk
up,
to us.
Caden?
They talk to us every once in a while about you. And I'm like, that's not good. They need to shut the hell up.
Quiet.
You don't get to know because I need the inheritance.
Oh no! You talk, your grandparents with the AC conglomerate.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
an Assassin's Creed
Yeah,
conglomerate?
they do.
That's
actually.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
See, my grandparents, the ones that I'm speaking of, one has passed already, and one is my grandfather with Alzheimer's, so he's not really there anymore. But while they were still coherent and alive, my parents were like, "Hey, so we showed Nani and Grandpa a little bit of Achievement Hunter." I was like, "What the fuck?
I know, right? It's like, look,
What
it's
is
bad
wrong
enough
with
you
you?
know. I don't need anyone else.
Show them Ruby. That's great.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah,
don't
not a
scar
cheap on
them."
it. Yeah.
Yeah. What if? Yeah. Oh man. I don't think my grandparents like. My grandfather definitely tried to make. I say tried. He made an account on the website, and I was like, all right, I'll gift you some first, so you can check out some of these shows that we do, and some of the other shows that Rooster Teeth has to offer. And he couldn't get it to play, and I'm like, it was such like. Sometimes my grandparents and even my parents just can't get something to play or plug in things properly to get it to work to the point where it astounds me.
See,
where it
that's-
just seems a little more like I don't know. Maybe I just take
Oh,
it
I
for
talked
granted.
about that before. Where I came home, I went to my parents' house one time, and they had a big TV. It was my old TV. It
Yeah.
was like a widescreen TV that had the component cables,
Yeah.
where it was the green, red, and blue, or whatever
It's
it was.
red, yellow, and
Yeah.
white.
No, the component. Where it's the
Component,
free
you're
video.
right. You're right. You're right.
And then I got home, I walked in, and I'm like, your red cable's not plugged in. They were like, what? I was like, do you not see no red at all? It's just blue and green. And they were like, what?
Some of us have
that's
made
fine.
videos like
I
that,
plugged
Jack.
in and I was like,
They turn to
how
you
long
and they,
has it been like this?
This color.
they turn to you and they have red glasses on and they're like, "What are you talking about, Jack?"
The eyes add the
We
red
fixed
if
it.
it's not there, obviously.
But I was just like, I literally walked in, I'm like, that's wrong. Like, how do you not see that that's wrong immediately?
That's awesome.
And I just walked in, plugged it in there, and I think they had the audio, like the red audio and the red video cable flipped. And I was like,
So they were getting like left audio and no red
And I
visual.
was just like, okay. And I said there was like, I mean, that's like I'm sure there was a time where it's like people didn't see the difference between like SD and HD. And it's just like, oh yeah, it's like whatever, all looks the same. It's like no, it looks radically different.
Yeah,
it's like the nostalgic rose tinted glasses you have when you go back and play video games or watch movies from the past, especially like early 2000s CGI. When I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go watch the first Harry Potter. I'm like, that's all right.
We were talking about that in the office the other day. We were like watching old shows that were like animated 3D only.
It was Reboot.
Yeah, like, exactly. It's like, man, that looked great at the time.
Yeah,
Like,
we were
this is
watching a bunch. And it
revolutionary.
was,
Yeah.
well, like, what was it?
Beast Wars.
Yeah, Beast Wars.
Yeah,
That was right.
Beast
Okay,
Wars, we
Beast
watched
Wars and
the little
Transformers.
butt ugly Martians, and when they got into butt kicking mode or whatever.
Yeah, let's get ugly. That was one of Jeremy's favorite shows. I'll let him talk about it.
One other thing that was cool, just talking to my family again with that disconnect, was these same people who didn't understand the internet at all. I tried to make the connection with voice acting. I was like, okay, they'll understand this. You've seen cartoons, you get that. So I showed them my demo reel, and usually demo reel's like 5 segments from a show that you're in, and it has the animation and your voice. It doesn't say anything else, it's just your acting. So I showed them that, and then they finished, and they're like, okay, so who was that?
Yeah.
Like, that was all me.
Like, no, that wasn't
But
you.
really though, who was that?
Very obviously wasn't you.
Oh, goodness.
But it's like the solution for my grandfather was simply, I think, to update the browser because it would just be a black screen when you clicked play. So like, it's probably an old computer
See, that
with
would be
like.
a feature for me, where I'm like, oh yeah, it should work. I don't know
But
what's wrong with
normally,
it.
yeah, they, like if you have Chrome or Firefox or whatever, they update themselves. Internet Explorer should, or whatever, Edge now should update itself. But like, I don't know what his browsing situation is. He could have opened a Word document and typed in the website like Creed. I don't know.
Creed thoughts.
And so I was just like, I'm gonna tell you some solutions, and it's gonna not sound like anything. And then he goes, okay, I deleted the account. Like, fair enough.
Works for me.
You can always go to YouTube, and hopefully that works. But it makes me wonder, like, at what point will we be those people? Like, I'm kind of looking forward to that because, like, I want technology to be so advanced that, like, because that sounds cool. But at the same time, I don't look forward to that because I don't want to be helpless. Like, oh, Grandpa, shut the hell up.
I think about that with Iris all the time. Like, I feel like we're pretty tech savvy, but at some point, she's going to be doing stuff that I have no idea about, or I'm just gonna be the weirdo who's like, what's TikTok? Tell me more about that.
I can tell you it happens around 40.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm definitely in that.
Well, I was at a point now where I gave my 2-year-old nephew, before he could talk, I gave my 2-year-old nephew my phone. He was able to unlock it, go through my screens, and find Angry Birds.
Oh, Iris
And
plays
like,
Pokemon Go.
It's crazy. It's just like before he could speak, he could like take my phone, know what it was, unlock it, find Angry Birds, and open it and start playing it. And it's just like, that's weird.
It's an amazing testament to like I don't want to just say iPhone. I want to say like all phones. Like there are engineers out there that design.
Trying to be brand neutral.
No. I mean like they're totally different interfaces, but they're all very ergonomic and very user friendly and intuitive, and like it's actually like genius to the point where like a 2-year-old can do it. That being said, 2-year-olds aren't dumb. They know exactly what they're doing when they're
they can't even drive.
The thing that I think is most interesting is I think for the most part with that fucking phone and iPads, we've eliminated the need for people to have computers.
Yeah.
Kind of.
People just don't like. I always thought like Millie's gonna be so much smarter at computers than I'll be, and she'll like know how to code. It'll be like like
so smart she doesn't need them.
Yeah, but that's not the way the world works. The world works now. It's like Millie has a laptop. I don't know if I told the story, but I found out she'd lost it, and I knew where it was the whole time. I just didn't know she didn't know where it was. It was under the sofa for fucking 3 months.
Wow.
And I'm like, don't you need it for school? And she's like, nah, not really. We do everything on my phone. Like,
yeah, that's true.
she just that's her computer, a cell phone.
I
99% of her shit. She watches TV on it, obviously, all that stuff. It's like she doesn't need her laptop, and she will never own a desktop in her life.
I just bought a new iPad with a keyboard on it, and like that just replaced my laptop. And like whenever I travel now, it's just my iPad.
If you're not a PC gamer,
Exactly.
and I mean, outside of working in an office, like I don't think you need a computer anymore.
No, and that's the thing. I have a laptop from 10 years ago that I still use, and I just recently bought like a gaming PC because I wanted to start PC gaming. But other than that, I didn't need the thing for years.
I just did.
I
This
just
is
kept upgrading my phone.
a dumb thing, but this is a very minor thing. But I went to San Antonio for New Year's because I wanted to see the Celtics Spurs game. Awesome game, shitty result. But for the first time in my adult professional life, I went out of town for 2 days and I didn't take a laptop with me. I was just like, I just don't think I'll need it. And I didn't think about it once the entire time I was gone. I didn't miss it. So yeah.
The biggest need, the biggest thing I use it for is outside of work, because work would be emails. But and maybe like calendar stuff. But outside of work is PC gaming. And then if I need to bulk order stuff to the point where like, my phone's being too tedious, I want a keyboard, which is why an iPad with a keyboard would work. Like, I guess it's become a point where like TVs are smart, phones are like super smart. Like there's so many other places to do the same things.
It's so weird because my 20s were spent in my office with Gus building computers and downloading shit from 2Cows to get it to work and being on Price Watch and Newegg, constantly buying and like getting excited and reading magazines and like constantly building and fucking with computers with Gus constantly. And now I couldn't put a computer together to save my life.
Yeah, well, it pissed me off because like when I got all the components for my PC, I asked Fredo to put them together because I was like, I have a degree to do this. I haven't done it for so long. I just would rather you do it since you've done it.
But no need to know.
It's a lot easier now, I will say.
Yeah,
I put together
sure
a computer not too long ago because I remember back in the day it was like you had to change jumpers and shit and run all these different cables, and it's just like now it's like, all right, drop in the RAM, drop in the video
it's
card.
all super
The processor and the fan is the hardest part, and like that's because it's scary. It's like, this is $1,000
setting
chip.
it right, and like
that was exactly it. Where I'm like, I've paid too much to this for me to have not done it for so long.
Sure.
You do it, and I'll just blame you.
What really, like you had Millie with her laptop, what made me start to really realize that like I'm not using my computer is, aside from it gathering dust, is like my dad would text me periodically and be like, did you see that email about this thing? And he'll either forward me articles about whatever he's interested in or things I'm interested in.
A lot of Trump stuff.
Sure.
Yes.
Or if it's like he's coming to town and we're gonna work on my house together. If it's like stuff like, okay, here's like a little blueprint I drew up that like we should look at, or here's some things we need to order, whatever. Like I just never check my email, at least not on my computer. Like I'm rarely in my email, which is something that like I thought that was years ago the next thing. Like everyone's gonna have their email like they have text. Now I'm like, just text me.
Yeah.
Or if they call me and I'm like, or somebody calls and I don't know the number, I'm like, they never leave a message. Like calls are on their way out too. It's just, I don't know.
Usually for me, like texts are immediate or short-term needs. Like, hey, do you have a question? Okay, just text me. Something like that. Or like personal relationships, like my family or etc. Work-related stuff is usually email or something I know I can wait a few days to respond to and not be a dick.
It's nice to have an archive too, where it's like you can always go back to
A
it.
paper trail.
Yeah, I love Katie, but she'll do the thing where like I'll leave home to go to work or whatever, and then she'll text me immediately, and I'm like, I'm driving, like I can't respond. I'll call her.
I put
and
on
she's
the
like,
automated like I am driving.
Yeah.
Don't bother me.
Yeah.
and so, but yeah, it's just like she hates talking on the the phone. She would rather text, and I was just like, but just call me. I can drive and talk at the same time.
Sometimes calling
I get
is
that, but like if
more
you,
succinct.
Yeah.
if you know that someone's driving, like just don't text.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's
dangerous.
exactly.
I always
I will respond.
if I text,
Well,
if I know someone's driving, I probably won't text. But if I do text at any point, it's under the assumption that you'll get around to it. Like I don't expect an immediate response unless we both are talking already and there's like something already happening where we need quick responses. But like someone's like, sorry, I'm driving. Like you didn't need to stop and text back. Like, oh my God, just like take your time, be safe. You know?
Yeah, I don't even respond to people. I just respond with, I was driving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you just be like, hey, late response because I was driving. That's totally fair.
I need a thing where people know when they text me, I'll get back to you. No matter if I see it immediately, I'll get back to you. It could be 3 days from now. It could be like 20 minutes. But I'll get back to you eventually.
I'm doing the same thing now. I used to be really good about responding immediately to stuff, but I'm trying to spend less time in front of the screen in general. And so I will queue up texts that I'll be like, all right, I need to respond to those 5 people. And I'll just kind of like, they'll be in the back of my head. I'll be like, I'll get around to them. Like I've had like 3 texts this morning that I haven't gotten. I just like, I'll get to them later, trying not to be so immediate and like, just be at the behest of evereverybody at all times.
I mean, like yesterday, for example, I looked at my phone and I was like, my mom sent me a Happy New Year's text. That was 3 days ago.
Well, that's a little.
We're going to reply today.
Happy New Year.
And that's with her. I can kind of be like, she lives in like an area where there's not a lot of service, so I can be like, oh, I didn't get that till today. Ooh, whoopsie. But other people, they'll get a Happy New Year's text 3 days later,
Nice.
and you know,
3 days, that's nothing. I feel like I'm the polar opposite of Jeff. One of my biggest vices is taking way too long to respond to people.
Really?
And I'll still be on my phone. I'm on my phone way too much, but I'm doing like social media or something stupid that's like a waste of time. I shouldn't be that concerned about it. But I psych myself up too much about responding to people. I'm like, I gotta make sure it's very succinct. I gotta say the right thing, and then I'm just like, I back away from it. I'm like, no, I'm just not even gonna respond. I'm just
You
gonna
make
leave.
it like anxious. You're like,
Yeah.
like I gotta say the right thing. Oh, it's too much.
You and I had a
I
funny
100%
texting thing yesterday.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Michael was home sick yesterday. And I was texting him about a video we were making because I thought he would find it interesting, this thing that happened that I can't talk about because the video's not out. It's a big spoiler. But like I was like, dude, it sucks that you didn't come in today because this, and this happened. And I was talking about it, and Lindsay goes, he's asleep. He's not going to respond to you. And I go, I've been talking to him for like 15 minutes. And she goes, what the fuck? And then she showed me she'd been texting him all morning. And then she goes, what the fuck, asshole? You're talking to Jeff. And he goes, yeah, but that was about video games.
Goodness. Which he still feels like shit.
He
but
does not look good.
Filming Lasso, so whatever. I guess everyone's getting sick. Ryan's sick. Alfredo's sick.
My nose has been stuffy, so I'm nervous. And I'm
Man,
like,
things
shit.
get the hell away from me.
Yeah,
What's
disease.
literally? I got off the plane and my mom was like, "Hey,
And coughed in your face.
Yeah, well, she was like, "Hey, so your father's sick
That's for waiting 3 days to
and
respond.
your sister has strep throat.
Well-
Have fun. Enjoy Christmas."
So what did she leave you then?
No,
Like,
she literally like backed
Said-
up and she's like, "I might have a little bit of it too." And then she's like, "Hugs," and that was we got
kissed
in
you
the
on
car.
the mouth, and then you.
Well, and then I had to have the conversation with her where I'm like, "Why the fuck did my sister come with you to the airport?" She had strep throat. She's just like, "Oh yeah, well the antibiotics kick in."
Well, I think strep is like, if they knew about it, then they're definitely on antibiotics by that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually,
Like, she
and
already
if they
had it.
are, strep is very quickly no longer contagious once you're on antibiotics.
It didn't take long for it.
What's
to
up,
be fine,
Jeff?
But
I feel great. Super healthy.
Yeah. Before we get away from it, and this is not going to blow too many people's minds because Black Mirror has been around for a while, but it just reminded me because Bandersnatch is out, and you were talking about trying to limit your screen time, which is a noble effort.
Just on phones for like useless shit, like playing Cat Condo or responding to texts
I
That's
fucking
not
love Cat
useless.
Condo.
or whatever. Like I feel as part of my job and my duty in this industry is to watch tons of TV and movies and stuff. So I'm not limiting that exposure.
Even
No,
just
yeah,
sifting
I mean-
through comments, I feel like we have to.
I just mean like to the
not
point-
browsing our politics for 10 minutes for once. Like
I just mean like to the point where you're like, and I do this too. Like I want to respond to people ASAP. I want to give them the full answer. I want to give it right away. I want to be like always going, but that can like either interfere with personal life or it can like just start to stress you out. Sit there and make like build up anxiety. But anyway, that just reminds me that Black Mirror is literally named after the screens. When they're off, they are a black mirror that you look into and you see yourself. And it's it just reminded me of that. I don't know. I'm sure you guys have all heard of that. It blew my mind when like the last season of Black Mirror came out, and I think it was Barbara told me like, "Oh yeah, that's the Black Mirror." I'm
I
like,
hadn't thought about it.
yeah, I didn't even sort of think about
and
it.
and the whole thing is obviously a commentary on tech and tech being advancing, and then like kind of being a bigger and bigger portion of our lives to what detriment? I don't know.
I saw people talking about it in the chat. I think everybody here has seen Bandersnatch now, right?
I have.
I haven't, but I'm
I
fine.
don't care.
It's good. You should watch it. I don't want to talk about anything that would spoil it, but
Yeah.
I did read the thing that I thought was really interesting. I read I think maybe yesterday, that the director said that there are Easter eggs in the and scenes that are so hard to find. He calls them golden eggs, and he says there are a couple that no one will ever find. He said that there's one in there that he can't find, even though he made it.
Was it like he was trying to
And he
present
said that
it?
they just had what's that?
He was trying to present it to someone, right? And
And he couldn't show it to him because he couldn't figure out how to do it. But he was like, he was just saying that like we had to be okay with the idea that we were going to make a bunch of content as a part of this that no one's ever going to see, and or that the majority of people won't see it, and that's just what this product is, which I think is a really cool, forward-thinking, brave thing to do.
How many branches are in the movie?
There's a lot. There's a lot, and it's hard to tell what's important and what's not. I have had 4 endings.
Okay. How many choices do you think you make during a viewing of it?
A lot.
I had about
30 to 40.
Wow,
yeah,
it's that
something
many.
like that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's stuff like which album do you buy at the record store?
And it's also-
but they have consequences.
It's over the
Sometimes they do,
course-
sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
It's over the course of an hour and a half too.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Because there are multiple endings, as Jeff said, and you will continuously, like, if you hit a dead end, which is just an ending, whether it's good, bad, middle, whatever, you then have the option, or it will then just cycle you back to
a branching point.
to a major junction, which you can then go back down that path and experience slightly different things. I don't know, like there are subtle differences, or if it's like a permanent dead end, it'll like cycle you back quicker, and then you'll go, you know.
The thing I really liked about it is it obviously wants you to go in certain directions, and it'll be like, should you go left or right? And you'll go left, and then it'll force you to go back around and pick it again, and it'll be obviously want you to go right, and you can go, nah, fuck you, I'm going left again.
Again, yeah.
And it'll give you a different thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, which is really cool. That's the thing I appreciated most about it.
you
Overall, it was a very mediocre story, I thought, and four endings was enough for me. I have no desire to go through it again. I just read about the other ones on Wikipedia, but it was a cool idea.
Yeah.
I think I also got the worst ending first, which kind of tempted. Like it was real hacky, like fourth wall breaky, goofy.
okay.
The meta?
And that That kind of soured me a little bit because I was like, I would like to have seen something serious
Fair enough.
before I got a kung fu shit.
If you don't care about spoilers, obviously there's like tons of flowcharts online, and we went and looked them up afterwards, and you can see what kind of patterns you can choose. It's funny though, because Jeff said you got like the most bland ending. I think the most bland ending came from Wes, who does Wes Ellis, all of our photos. I was talking to him at the New Year's party that we went to, and he and his girlfriend were like, "Yeah, we just felt like it was very boring and linear, like nothing like supernatural or like science fiction-y happened." We're like, "Wait, how long did it take you?" They're like, "I don't know." 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys made all the right choices basically, and then just wrapped it up and left.
I think they nailed the good ending,
Yeah.
and then they said, "Oh, okay," and then they
walked away
because
from the couch.
I think the first ending that you get that'll cycle you back to, it gives you the option in the top right to say cut to credits or like end to credits, and then at the bottom it told me I could either end to credits or cycle back, and once I cycled back, it did that every time for me.
Yes, you're correct.
automatically.
In the audience, people are saying I got the Netflix ending first. I did. I got the Netflix ending first.
Yeah.
And I don't know
did you
how the heck I
manage?
managed to do it. I just did.
Honestly,
We
that
just
was
like Netflix.
The weird thing is I watched it with my mom. I got that ending first. Then I played it a bunch. Then I showed it to a friend, and she went through it and picked every decision that I picked. 100. I was excited to see a different ending, and I just kept my mouth shut. And she ended up with the Netflix ending first too. So it can't be that hard.
It is definitely not that hard.
But
especially,
it was
I don't wanna
frustrating to watch
spoil
somebody
anything.
pick every single fucking choice that I
That's
picked.
just so counterintuitive to how I watch Netflix. Which I watch Netflix to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like I
Go
love.
on The Office.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's something that I've already seen, and then I fall asleep.
If
to
you
it.
don't-
or it's new.
I wonder what
and then
happens-
I fall asleep and rewind.
If you don't select ever, if you just let it run.
I would love to tell you, but I'd be asleep at that point, so I can't.
Maybe that's how you find one of the golden
It's like 4
Easter
o'clock in the
eggs.
afternoon. Matt's just unconscious.
Someone was saying it's that episode, they didn't like it because it was anxiety inducing. And I have to agree in a little bit. Not in like the decision making itself, but because you're so conscious about like, okay, how is this going to affect the future of the episode? It becomes not like, mad dash to the remote, like, oh, I'll make a choice, but you're like, oh shit, like, let me try and think about this. So the whole episode, I was way too focused, and I watch Netflix in the same way where I kind of tune out. It's background noise.
Do you look up like what happens if you pick like one option? Because I used to do that with Telltale games, where it's like, if that guy dies, I don't want this train of events to happen, so he gets to live.
And I mean, like Trevor was saying, there are some what seem like minimalistic choices. I don't know how it like greatly they affect the storyline, but like right off the bat, they're like, "What cereal do you want for breakfast?" I'm like, fuck. Like,
Which one did you pick?
I did Sugar Puffs,
Gotcha.
but only because I know a cat
cornflakes.
named Sugar Puff.
Yeah, same.
cornflakes?
Cornflakes. I did flakes.
And you got the bad ending because of Sugar Puffs.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I wonder, like, do you think that has a consequence?
I don't
a big
know,
one?
like,
I don't
right
know.
off-
When I looked it up, the two first decisions you make are one's a cereal and one's a song. The cereal you pick is the commercial you see later. So at some point, there's a commercial for cornflakes that I saw.
I saw that as well.
And then I think the music that you play picks, I think it just picks a song that plays in the background for another scene or something, or something like that.
I did
don't
like
know.
the 80s influence.
So they're more minor.
I like the
Without-
80s.
Without knowing anything like about the ending of it, I really want at the very end. It's like, you shall go to hell because you picked Sugar Puffs at the beginning of this.
Damn it. That's so crazy. I've just looked at my phone again. I thought about the Black Mirror thing. Because I always thought, and maybe it is kind of like a dual meaning, it was a metaphor for, a reflection on society with a dystopian lens on top of it. Like, oh, we're fucking ourselves. But it's kind of cool that there's a physical representation too.
Yeah.
Neat.
When you turn your TV off and you see yourself in your underwear just staring at the
My
Black Mirror.
Have you watched Twilight Zone or no?
Yes.
I'm sure you guys
Which Twilight? Like the original?
OG.
Or, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all on Netflix too. I was watching it on a plane going back home.
was
Watching
talking
some
to-
episodes.
I was talking to my sister, and she was like, "You gotta check out Black Mirror. It's amazing. It's this new like revolutionary show." And Black Mirror is great. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, "You should watch Twilight Zone and understand that like this is heavily lifted from things like this, but with a technological twist."
Yeah.
Yeah, and Outer
There's no
Limits
host.
and all that
Yeah.
stuff. The crazy thing to go back and watch, if you go back and watch any episode of The Twilight Zone, and I recommend everybody do it. People who haven't seen it should absolutely watch Twilight Zone, and people who have seen it should go back and rewatch it because it holds up. The budget and the production value on that television show rivals movies.
Yeah.
It was so well written and produced, and there was so much money behind it, and it was so well done that it blows my mind because you would not see people put that much effort into a television show today, unless it's like a Game of Thrones type thing. But I mean, it's amazing how well it holds up, and it's some of the best science fiction that's ever been
I'm sure that's probably because of the budget. Like, it holds up because they put time and effort into it, which could be said about a lot of things.
And it's all practical effects, too. You don't have to worry about
Did you ever watch
CGI.
Unsolved Mysteries?
Yeah.
With Robert Stack?
With Robert Stack, yeah. I hadn't thought about that show, and it's popped up twice in like the last 2 days for me. It's like, oh, shit.
Really?
Yeah. It's a great show.
It's interesting. I started listening to a podcast last night about the Zodiac Killer called Monster or something or other, but it's only 2 episodes in. But I kind of missed conspiracy theories and unsolved stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna 2019. I'm gonna dive into old unsolved stuff and conspiracy theories.
Katie's been listening to, which means I've been listening to My Favorite Murder, which is a great podcast. It's really, really good. She's going through chronologically. So the episode we listened to last night was the one where Trump was elected. And so it was funny because it's very, I mean, there's 2 writers in Los Angeles and they're very liberal, and like you could, leading up to it, it was very positive. And the tone of that one was very different and distinct, but it's a great podcast. You should absolutely listen to it. It's really, because they basically, each of the 2 women, they pick a murder and they talk about it and explain kind of like what happened, and like they go over the serial killers and this weird like coincidences and weird things. And
so how was one about Trump?
No, that's because they just talk about their life before they get into it.
Okay.
And so they're like, this is what happened. Like they go to festivals, they do like podcast shows and
They have
stuff.
stand-up
and,
shows.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
And so, but one of the women was on Drunk History. And so anyway, but yeah, it was definitely interesting. I was like, oh, okay.
I think we're actually in podcasts have been a thing for a very long time.
They talk about
obviously, and they have been and are wonderful. But I think we're in they talk about how we're in a golden age of television, which we definitely are. But we are in a golden age of podcasts as well. I have over the last year gotten so into a few different podcasts. Like I could replace television, Netflix, Hulu completely with podcasts and probably not skip a beat because there's so much quality stuff out there from like those last podcasts on the left guys that are, I think they're on the Roost, to like Who Weekly or the Bill Burr or all the a million different like serial-esque murder there's awesome stuff out there. And then really like even stuff like Welcome to Night Vale, which is hit or miss, but it's there's enough podcasts out there to listen to that you could replace TV with it and I don't think you'd even notice.
Wow.
It's awesome to have so many like polished podcasts and shows now about unsolved shows, because I used to watch Unsolved Mysteries all the time as a kid because it was, I think, right up against Buffy the Vampire Slayer on Spike. Those were my summers, or one summer. But like I used to go down holes, like those like topic holes on YouTube and other like Vimeo and whatever, just watching conspiracy theories, just because like whether you believe them or not, they're always really intriguing to see how they're very interesting to see how people feel about certain subjects, or like what their brain, how their brain like interprets facts or evidence or whatever. It's all just very interesting stuff. I actually watched the BuzzFeed Unsolved show. And they do true crime, and then they do paranormal, and they go back and forth. And they're actually pretty funny guys, but...
No, they are. It's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Speaking of paranormal, you should check out the posters we have on the wall right now. At least one of them over there. So we have some new stuff in the store. We have some posters in the store. We've got a I Want to Achieve poster. It's available now. It's the one from Achievement Haunter, which season 2, we're starting to get rolling on that, man. I'm excited for that one. There you go. It's right behind the... God damn it.
There you go. It's 50% covered.
I want to achieve.
Oh, God,
Beautiful.
Could we make a show where we hunt aliens?
We
Talked
could.
about it.
That's a part of, if Haunter continues, we'll hunt monsters like Bigfoot and
Chupacabra
and stuff.
awesome.
Chupacabra.
I wanna get-
Chupacabra was the pitch.
I want to
actually.
see
When
Matt
I pitched the
Bragg
show as Chupacabra.
on a 4-wheeler, yeehaw, and through the desert as he crosses over into Area 51, shooting into the air,
And then we've got this,
looking for aliens.
The photo from Achieve 2, I believe,
Speaking of monsters,
is available as well.
Hey, Trevor, you mentioned
a shirt as well.
the Unsolved Mysteries backed into Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and you used to watch that. Were any of you guys big Buffy fans?
I watched a little bit of Buffy. I was more of an X-Files fan, which is funny to get that poster now too.
Did Buffy ever crossplay with Charmed?
No.
Because I thought,
No,
I
never.
remember
You might
like
be
some
thinking of
people.
Angel.
Angel.
That's-
Yep.
Buffy and Angel.
Definitely crossed
Buffy and Angel
over.
crossed over.
They were like a love thing, right?
Yeah. I bring it up because I was a huge fan of Buffy. I've seen the entire run 3 or 4 times. But I just recently started reading the comic books because I knew that they made Buffy comics, and I had read a few, but I didn't realize that when the season ended after season 7, Joss Whedon continued it in season format in comics. So I'm reading season 8 right now.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
So it is canon, and it's just like watching the show. because it's written by him, and then not the whole thing. Some of them it's written by writers that he worked with as well, that worked on the show, and just other comic book writers. But it's like, if you like Buffy, I was gonna say, it's like I just discovered there's 5 more seasons of the show, or 4 more seasons of the show that I didn't know existed, and it's fucking fantastic. And it feels, because it's written in the style of the show, it feels like you're in that world again, and it's fantastic. For anybody that's a Buffy fan, if you didn't know about it, you can buy season 8, 9, 10. I think that season 11 is out, and maybe even more. I'm sure people that in the audience, in the comments, are mentioning it now. But it's really, really good, and it's like getting to be in that TV show again.
I think they did that with Firefly too. I think they did like an extra, like, or they maybe they did some books about it or something. But I remember there was more Firefly.
That's cool.
It's great.
Are there Xena comics?
I believe there are.
Fuck out of those. Yeah,
I believe there are.
Awesome. That was like the WB Power Hour. It was Buffy, Xena, Hercules.
Yeah.
Yep.
Angel, Charmed.
Charmed was in there. I think I watched Charmed for a little bit, and then it started getting like circular in its storylines. Like it was almost predictable, and then it got weird.
You guys know it's back, right?
It's
Yeah,
back.
I know. I don't want to watch it because, I mean,
It's all
Rose McGowan in her prime isn't in it, and there's just no point.
I would argue she's in her prime right now.
Well,
Fair.
I guess it's fair. Well, it's a different prime.
It's all about
Definitely interesting.
Yeah.
It's all about Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Melissa Joan Hart.
Dude,
Oh, did you guys watch the
That
Christmas
is
special?
also on Hulu. And no.
the original.
Is it
Yeah,
on Hulu?
Sabrina
I think it's on. Oh, the old one.
Yeah. The Melissa Joan Hart one.
Peeling off
I haven't
the
watched the new Buffy yet.
What?
I haven't watched the new Buffy yet.
New Buffy?
The CW one.
Oh,
There's a
what?
new Buffy?
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, I'm getting Sabrina.
The new Sabrina.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on
I
Netflix.
knew
It's on
what
Netflix. It's on
you were
Netflix.
talking about without you actually saying the
I got
sorry.
very confused.
I watched the
There's
first
a lot
episode.
of teenage girls with blonde hair fighting supernatural things. Okay?
Yeah. I watched the part of the first episode, and I don't know if I was just like, it was late, and I just wasn't. I don't know. I don't know if I gave it a fair chance. I just wasn't. It wasn't grabbing me, so I just kind of.
There's so much
I
to
want
watch.
to watch a side by side of like the first episode of the old one and the first episode of the new one, just to see.
What a stark
Yeah.
contrast that was.
Very
That's
different
drastic,
tones,
yeah.
absolutely.
Michael and I just started watching a couple new shows on Netflix. One is, I guess, geared more toward children, but it works for us because we like anime. It's a magical girl show. So if you've seen Sailor Moon, Tokyo Mew Mew, anything like that, it's 5 girls who are chosen by destiny or fate to save the world, and they're fabulous while they do it.
Are they based on colors?
Yes, damn straight they are. You know it. It's called, in America, it's called Glitter Force, but in Japan, it's called like Pretty Super Cure, I think.
Pretty Super Cure.
Because it's shortened for Pretty Cure, but they made it like Precure. It's Smile Precure, yeah. But this is the 6th iteration of it, and there are 14 total. Like, it's been going on since 2004.
Jesus.
It's crazy, yeah. So we put that on. It's fun, lighthearted, whatever. But the serious show that we have on now is this organizational show. And a woman named Marie Kondo, who's Japanese, but she just comes into people's houses and is like, I'm going to fix everything.
Yeah.
You organize your whole life, and it's amazing. I
Is
love
that,
it.
is that you said it was called Tidying Up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where is that? Is it on Netflix?
Netflix, yeah.
Her name can't really be Marie Kondo.
I think it is. It's Kondo. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
she's from Japan, I believe.
Yeah. And she
'Cause-
speaks mostly Japanese throughout the show. It
Yeah.
seems like she knows a little bit of English, but there's a translator there. But it's like, it hits Michael's like, boner for organization and my like, I need to get my shit together.
Well, you've been watching a lot
aspects.
of Hoarders too, right?
Yes.
So it's like in that same kind of vein.
Which is the polar opposite.
Yes.
Somebody
Well,
said Laura Bailey's
it's
in
cleaning
Glitter
up the
Force?
hoarding.
Yeah, she's the main character.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to
we
get
know her.
motivated to clean up, watch Hoarders for like 5 minutes. You'll be like, I gotta clean up.
Hoarders
I gotta go.
fascinates me. Where it's just like, oh, there's just rats in this house. Like, how do you live in a house with rats?
I understand part of it's a mental illness, but there are definitely excuses people make to not treat their mental illnesses
Yeah.
or just be lazy.
See,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's like I worry. Like my mother, she keeps a lot. I feel like if she wasn't raised by my grandmother, she would be a hoarder.
Yeah.
Because she absolutely just keeps everything that she's ever had. And I get that from the standpoint of like, you never know when you might need it. But there's definitely things where it's like, that's garbage. You need to get rid of that right now.
A lot of people put a large amount of sentimental value into a lot, which is fair because, like, to some degree, I was just cleaning the other day and I kind of do that too, but I'm also like, but then I hit a point where I'm like, no, this is nothing.
Yeah.
Instantly in the trash.
I realized I have a much higher threshold for that than
Gotcha.
most people because of my car, where I'm like, that thing has cost me so much money. I need to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, it is my car though. I've had it since I was 17. Remember good old Ladybug? She took me to all these
Good
high
old
school
Ladybug.
things. And I'll never be able to get rid of that fucking car. It's going to rot in my garage when I'm like 50. And
what kind of car is it?
It's a Ford Focus. It's not a hard car to like get. It's exactly. It's not like a good car. It's not like I got
like a '78 Mustang or something. It's not something nice. You're like, oh, I can like fix it and repair. It's like, oh, this is the Focus.
No.
When you get another one, can you please get the same year and make and model and color? But like maybe I don't know if it's somehow been taken care of, like not driven and stuff. So now you have like a new version of an old car.
It's funny. I would love that.
It's funny because like I always thought like my first car I ever had was a 1976 Chevy Nova, and I loved that car. Had a big ass engine in it, sounded great, had 2 full bench seats, and I'm like, but the problem was the engine was like just shitty in that car, and eventually I traded it, like I sold it and got a new car, and it was nice, but. I always thinking like if I could go back in time and get that car and put money into it and actually like fix it up properly, God, I would love to have that thing.
You know what fucked me up was Toy Story.
Oh yeah,
because straight up, I would have the problem where I couldn't throw away toys because I'm like, Woody's gonna die.
Woody's gonna die.
Woody's gonna die. Like get rid of this.
Caden just made me laugh in the comments. That was very funny, Caden. She said if I need help, blink twice.
Episode title for this now is Toy Story fucked me up.
Yeah, Toy Story 100% fucked me up.
Did you write your name underneath your car?
Well, no,
like Andy.
I mean, it would wash off.
On the tires.
But that's the thing. It's like dirt. That's how my car is. I remember Beetlejuice had a living car, right?
What?
I swear.
Did he have a vehicle?
He had
in the cartoon.
No, that was my neighbor Totoro. That was a cat.
That was a bus.
But that's
Christine, right?
I remembered that from like a long time ago. So I'm like, if I get rid of the car, it's gonna feel bad.
See, Toy Story made me think that my toys were alive and were talking to each other when I was not there. So I would sit there and like stare at them and wait for them, or like I would hold them up and be like, "No,
I know."
Real.
Well, no,
talk, motherfucker.
And so like when you leave the room, you're like, okay, whatever name you give it, Sally, I'm gonna put you right here, and like you treat them with respect now, just in case they wake up, they don't pull a knife out. You know, who knows?
I don't want
what Sid's toys were up to.
Exactly.
I make them think I'm leaving. I'm like, all right, I'm going away now, and I just go.
In Toy Story 3,
I'm gone.
Did you get sad at the scene where they're in the crane thing and they're falling into the pit?
Oh well, yeah, that's like a murder.
Death.
Oh, when it ends,
the
end of the movie when they fall into the fire pit and it's over.
It's the end of it. That didn't hit me at all because I'm like, there's zero chance this is how it ends. Like, I was like, well, no, they're not gonna die like this. So I literally wasn't. That didn't hurt me.
Can we really quick talk about the fact that Toy Story 4 better start with a kid getting sick because those toys were in the garbage?
Oh yeah.
For like a little while at least, where it's like, yeah, these are disgusting.
He's
toys.
had his immunizations. He's immune.
It was
to
the girl,
everything
right?
now.
It was the girl who whose mom owned the daycare or whatever it was. I forget. Whatever.
I have no idea about.
Anyway, that movie broke me. The end of that movie broke me.
Toys out of the trash. We gotta go.
Look at this Woody I found in the dumpster.
So we have had quite a week.
Yes.
We weren't even here all week.
Yeah.
We filmed so much shit. We have started off 2019 shot out of a cannon.
Started Go finally.
Yeah, we shot first episode of Jack's Go yesterday. We filmed, I think, 7 videos yesterday. I was trying to count it up because we filmed 3 Get Goods. We filmed Go. We filmed Awu. We filmed Titanfall. We're finally able to film Titanfall.
Oh, sweet.
And then I feel like we filmed something else that I'm missing.
I went to Jack and Jokers. So I shot another test episode for Jack and Jokers. And
we did film something else.
Oh yeah. Well, you mentioned it, but
Go with that.
yeah.
Is it for me?
Well, like it's a testament to like we have at the beginning of this year we've had everybody in the office because like we're fresh off the break. We all have some extra time, and well, not extra time. We have time to be in the office, and so we can split off and dual record and do all this stuff. And we were already like into this year to try to get ahead for the holidays, so that way when we came back on the 1st, we're not like, we're out of content tomorrow. So we've continued to get ahead because very, very soon, as of like basically next week, everything's going to get super crazy busy again.
Yeah.
With like Haunter Clubhouse recordings and other shows that we're recording and travel that's going to happen. We're going to go to Australia for the tour, and that's going to take us out for a week, some of us a week and a half. And then we're going to come back and continue to travel for Haunter and things like that.
And Child.
Yes, absolutely.
We just got the tentative list of shooting dates and locations for Haunter Season 2. And we're not. I mean, we're like, it's fucking crazy.
It's all over the place.
I mean,
it's
to be
exciting.
The good thing is that it's going to be a hell of a quarter because it's all tucked into Q1, more or less. But then after that, I mean, we always hope for after that we'll be fine. After that, something else always comes.
Oh, yeah.
But like we're trying to get ahead so that way we can pad out the quarter with a lot of great content to schedule us out and continue making you know.
Yeah,
I should be on maternity leave for a little bit of Achievement Hunter season 2, but I'm trying my best to make sure that I can still be present in episodes because it's so fun. I don't want to take myself out of that. Like, I really enjoy
it's definitely fun.
I really want to.
Like maybe
it seems really awesome.
It is
Lindsay,
awesome.
we didn't tell you, but actually the hospital that you're having your kid is haunted, and so we're gonna film an episode while you're having your baby.
I'm giving birth to the ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. So that's the episode.
It's just Ryan's gonna have a pentagram right underneath. It's like,
I think everybody has their arena that they shine in. Oh, that's another thing we filmed this week was Lindsay Wins Part 2.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, was that something?
that's good.
Speaking of shining, and everybody has their thing that they're better at than other things and where they shine. And Haunter to me is by far the best vehicle for you.
Oh, thank you.
God damn it, you are my favorite person.
Yeah,
Because it's the
On
perfect
Haunter.
channel for like go nuts.
Yeah.
Do whatever you
You're
want.
just so weird.
Well,
and
you're
it's so
also-
worth it.
Either something crazy will happen, or like you're just fucking funny. For
well,
yourself.
Lindsay's so
Oh,
receptive. You're so much more receptive and open than I think anyone else in Haunter, and I think that makes such a good element to the show.
She also puts so much thought ahead of time into stuff, which is really great. Ryan does that as well, but I think
It's like we all come from different. Like I come in from a very goofy angle. Like I don't believe in ghosts. I want to believe. I want to achieve. Buy the poster now. Store.roosterteeth.com. But yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have fun with it. So I'm like, what can I do? So I'm always like in goofy outfits and shit. Like that's like, all right, I'm gonna have fun with that, and I'm gonna make it my own thing that way too. So everyone comes at it from different angles.
You and I have had conversations about like ghost stuff in the past.
Yeah.
Where it's like just experiences we've had before.
For me, it's like maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like that, if real, compelling.
Yes.
But
also I'm here to get laid. Outtake is the funniest moment in all of Haunter filming, I think. God damn.
Thank you.
Out of nowhere,
This show was
there
not
was no
expecting
setup.
that.
Just like what?
No, I thought about it the take beforehand. I was like, I'm just gonna say this and see what happens. So
That was one of Daniel. I don't even think Daniel was mad at that one. He was like, all right,
No.
how can you be?
worked perfectly. But yes, like I said, I'm going to desperately try to make sure I'm a part of Achievement Hunter season 2, but enjoy filming without me when you do. While I'm at home, I will be cooking some Blue Apron.
Oh,
Tell you all
Blue
about that.
Apron.
Hell yeah! This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Blue Apron. Are you looking to switch up your cooking routine? I know you are. Start this year off fresh with help from Blue Apron, your secret to easy meal planning. Choose from a variety of plans, including their kid-approved family plan. I didn't know about that until right now. That's exciting. A vegetarian plan or a brand new WW Freestyle plan. Learn how to poach, saute, and chop like a pro, all from the comfort of your own kitchen. Blue Apron really does give you a better way to cook. Their chef-designed recipes use fresh, seasonally inspired ingredients. Blue Apron's website and mobile app make it easy to plan meals week by week. I never have to worry about last-minute trips to for forgotten ingredients, trips to the store. I don't even go grocery shopping anymore, to be completely honest. You can cook awesome meals like sage and brown butter chicken, pesto pasta, or black bean and sweet potato chili. Shut up, Denise. Blue Apron takes all the hassle out of cooking. Each meal comes with easy-to-follow recipes and perfectly proportioned ingredients. We have Blue Apron. I do it 3 nights out of the week, so it's really great for us, especially as parents, to come home and actually have a meal. We're perfectly ready to go. I don't have to worry about going shopping or anything like that. I can feed Iris. It's awesome.
It's good to feed her every night.
Yeah. Usually you have to do that with your kids.
They'll grow faster.
Not after midnight. None of that. Best part about Blue Apron is learning how to cook recipes I wouldn't even think to try before, which is true. I keep all my recipes. I don't know if you've seen my nerdy little notebook that I keep, but I can flip back to old recipes, reuse them over and over again. Check out this week's menu and get $60 off at blueapron.com/offtopic. That's blueapron.com/offtopic. Blue Apron, better way to cook.
Somebody asked if the Weird Place has a release date yet in the comments while you were reading that.
Does it?
It does. I don't know if I can say it, but it is this year. We also I can say that it's 2019.
Jeff, you and I had a meeting about theater mode. That'll be coming back at some point as well.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff planned for theater mode. I'm actually, not that I needed to be, but I'm reinvigorated in it just by some of the fun stuff we're gonna do to mix it up a little bit this year. I bring up Weird Place because we were now that we're getting close to Australia. The Achievement Hunter live tour, we've known loosely what we're gonna do, but now we're starting to put the run of show together.
Yeah, we have
from
a
show
concrete
to show.
run of show now,
and we were trying to figure out if we want to show Weird Place as the interstitial, or if we want to show other stuff.
Yeah. So,
I think we'll probably. So if you're in Australia and you come to Achievement Hunter Live, you'll probably see something from Weird Place there.
RoosterTeethLive.com. Tickets still available, right?
Yeah, the thing that I'm excited about with the Weird Place, other than it's really good, and I think that Alfredo and Trevor and Lindsay are really good, and Gavin's whatever.
You brought us down, honestly.
Is
I wasn't gonna say.
we got this one professionally scored.
Yeah, dude.
Like because we filmed it last May, so it's been done in the can for a while, and they've been waiting for like the appropriate release date. We have to like all this shit's complicated. I wish Evan could be here to explain it to you about why it has to come out a year after we filmed it, but or not quite, but because we had that extra time to polish it, because this is a little weirder and different than anything we've ever done, the score changes the whole show to me. I mean, I loved it before, but watching it scored is like, holy fucking shit. This is what happens when you hire professional musicians to do professional music. Not that we don't have Jeff Williams, but like, we're idiots. We don't do that stuff.
Yeah, so we're there to goof around, but like everything from the location to the team that was there behind the camera and the post-production team that put it together and scored the thing, like everyone was integral in making this amazing show. Yeah, and so I'm really excited for everyone to see it and like it has such a unique vibe. I mean, you say it's weird; it's literally in the title, but like. I don't know how else to say it. It's a very unique, cool piece.
I feel like I should say this too because I don't think this gets said enough. You guys are brilliant in it, and I loved watching you guys, and I loved being in the small part in it that I was in, and that Jackson. But Drew Saplin and
Ez.
Unfortunately, Dave Jasmine's no longer with us. He passed away to another job.
His job passed
He's
away
dead.
to another job.
But Drew Saplin and Dave Jasmine, and of course, obviously Ezra. Vanitas, but did such a phenomenal job, and they are so much fun to work with. I thought I hated doing live action until I started working with people like Blaine and Drew Saplin.
Drew is fucking awesome.
And Daniel, obviously.
No, you did hate live action.
I did. I
changed.
I feel like I suck Daniel's dick a lot because of Haunter. I haven't had a chance to suck Drew's dick yet, but this is me sucking Drew's dick. Drew's fucking awesome. Gurgle.
Isolate all that audio. Just to save for later.
I mean, I don't think anyone even knew this, at least in the audience, but he was also highly integral in making sure in helping Let's Play Reunion run smoothly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The dude is he takes very stressful situations. Like he and I worked really well together, but he takes really stressful situations and goes, cool, yeah. So we'll just figure out what we need to do. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. He helps make it go.
He has something that I wish every director had, which is just an ability to stay calm and to put to bring everybody down in a stressful situation. It's really it's a really cool quality, a rare quality.
I feel like that's a good mark of a great director is someone who can keep calm under stress, but understands how many working parts are in a film production, especially people who don't work in production in any capacity or don't know anything about film. You have no idea how many people are on set with you while you're trying to get this done in a limited amount of time with a limited budget. So if a director can make sure that the actors at least are comfortable and making it fun and enjoyable for everybody else, that will flow to the rest of the cast and everybody else.
It emanates out,
Yeah, there's nothing more intimidating than standing in front of a camera and looking back and seeing 40 people on the other side watching you. Hey, don't fuck up.
Especially
go.
That's
if they're action.
If they're all panicking, you're like, oh, what's happening? But if they're calm, you're good.
Well, that's why I always say, there's no excuse for it. The guy was a prick, but the Christian Bale thing, I can almost understand it to a degree because I know that situation that he's in and the pressure of being literally having 40 or 50 people who are working and in a lot of cases working overtime and just want to go home staring at you like this, all doing their jobs perfectly. They're all gaffing or gripping or doing whatever they're doing right. And you're fucking up. And they're all just waiting on you to do it right one time so we can move on. It is fucking stressful.
Yep.
It really is.
Yeah. Now,
I never thought about it that way.
That's all you do. And with the director being calm, I like the dynamic of the assistant director. That's the person who can tell people, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm here to be a dick.
Yeah,
that's the Derek.
Yeah.
It's like the Ben Wyatt and
for the first and second
Ben Wyatt and Chris.
Chris Traeger,
Yeah, the first and second AD should be those guys. They get to be the assholes. And it's that's what you're supposed to do.
The writer's just Chris, where he's like, everything's great. I love it. Ben has something to say to you.
Yeah. But
everything's great. You're all fired.
You just understand it's their job to be, especially short, because there's a time limit on things too. So they don't have time to sit down and go, listen, I need you to be quiet right now. They're just shut your goddamn mouth. Enough of this.
But when the first AD is okay, so why are we doing this right now? Why are we stopped? What's going on? Okay, and pointing that out. It's the simple things. It's we should probably keep moving, and then a second AD who's working with the cast. It's the lighting. It's just when you have the whole tent of people together and it's all working and it's interlocking so well. It's So good.
I've been on set with people a few times, not here, I don't think. It was before Rooster Teeth, but they were like, wow, like 80s just so mean. Like, I can't handle this. I'm like, I don't think you should work in production. You're like, I'm sorry. I don't think this is the right environment.
So are they like the person that like just lays down the law?
Yeah, absolutely.
Basically, like
They're not mean. They're
the
just
tough
very
cops.
short.
Gotcha.
Very short. Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know traditional roles in film that well. Like I'm slowly grasping all in like the things because there's so many different like roles and microcosms of roles and
so basically so you have your director who's basically the head of the ship, right? Then you've got typically from that is director of photography is almost the number 2 because they're the ones the DP who's working the camera. Then you'll have like a camera assist which basically is helping the DP with lenses, and then we have focus puller who basically pulls focus. Then you've got lighting teams. The first AD is in charge of basically the set, everything that's going on in the set with the cameras, everything,
lighting, cameras, focus, all that.
They're making sure that everything's working properly, so the director doesn't have to worry about that stuff. Basically, that guy, the guy or girl is in charge of making sure that works.
Okay.
Second AD is in charge of the cast. So like any time that like the actors and whatnot are offset or they need to pull cast, that second AD is in charge of making sure the cast makes it to set, or they're probably there, they're taken care of, they're happy, and so they'll bring them to set and then put them on, and then the director takes over. There's some weird things like a director can't talk to extras, like then me, because if a director talks to extras, like then they get a higher pay. There's a whole lot of weird SAG shit.
It gets weird
once you get union stuff, it gets really weird. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty much director, DP, first AD, second AD. And then then you've got lights, grips, and you've got all kinds of other people. But it's like
simpler way to look at it, and is what I've been told too, and it kind of works. Is like director is creative, focus on creative. AD focus on logistics. Second AD is the middleman, running in between the two.
Yeah. That's interesting because then it's like it makes sense when you think about it. Things like it looks like a flow chart where it all like branches out, and like each of these people are in charge of big chunks, and then underneath. Yeah, interesting. Makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
So it's a lot of fun. But if you go work on like a real movie set sometimes, I mean, it's just like, oh shit. I mean, not saying what we do isn't real. I mean, now...
That's fair.
Well, I mean, we've reached a point of professionalism where it's like, oh, this is what I remember. Like, I remember I think in the early days of Rooster Teeth shorts where it was like Nathan behind the camera also running sound and like...
Or like, if you weren't on camera, you were holding the boom or whatever. Yeah.
And now it's like,
it was exhausting those days, but they were fun.
I think we reached a good middle point. Like, I obviously wasn't there for super early on Rooster Teeth, but early live action, where we are professional, we get shit done, and we have the resources that we need to create the content we want, but we're still fun. We're still us. There's no one coming over being like, listen, there are millions of dollars riding on this shot right now. You better get it right. It's like we have enough takes to
That's a great de-stressor. There are millions of dollars riding on what you're about to do.
All of our sponsors
if you could maybe
will kill
not
you.
fuck up, that would be just great.
Yeah. We have Chris Hemsworth right over here.
To replace you whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Well, even now, like, I mean, the last time I recorded audio, it was like, oh, wow, we have audio engineers now and people who pay attention to that shit. Whereas, like, before it was Jeff and I in the back room going, okay, you're good, and just rolling an audio file and then be one person in a booth reading their own lines.
Yeah, the best part about doing Griff back in the old days for me was that I did most of the audio stuff. That was like my job, was to do all the recording and then cutting up early on and lay out the file in Premiere, lay out the audio tracks. And so I would just wait till everybody left to record my Griff audio, and then I could just do 1,000 takes if I wanted to.
Nice.
But I do appreciate now just walking in, saying it twice, and leaving. It reminds me, I gotta go do Griff audio next week.
Well, it's like whenever I do a dumb
Tuesday.
video, I don't have any script for that. I'm just like, I'm gonna improv an entire little idea that I had. I'm gonna wait till everybody's gone because I don't want anyone to hear the process of this because it's terrible.
All the outtakes?
Where I'm like, that might work, but I'm going to keep going to see if the next part is better or anything like that. I know that I did that Cooking with Link video, and there's like 20 minutes that I thought might be good, but the 5-minute video was the one that came from it.
God, I just had a flashback of doing a Clubhouse scene where for some reason I had issues with one line. It was just like, you start doing the thing where you see people like, I was like, fuck.
Do you remember the line?
I
And that doesn't make it easy.
On the bright side, we're also supportive of each other. In those moments,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It's like we make it easier for you.
Yeah, no one just shits on you immediately and tears into you. Which actually, for me, that's actually more comfortable. It's like, okay, you're still treating me like an asshole. Okay, you know. As soon as it's like, no, it's you're gonna be. It's like, oh fuck, I'm really fucking up.
I totally
I know it's really fucked up.
No, I totally agree. I'd much rather have like you lean over and go like, listen, everybody is the dumber for listening to you right now. We're all wasting. Think about how much money for the company you're wasting in this moment right now.
It's like, okay,
you're not talented.
And that actually, for some reason, that takes the stress off. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, fuck you, all right. But where it's like, no, you've got it next time. Next time's the
one.
Fuck you, man. It's like that adds so much more pressure to it.
Well, that's like the interesting dynamic with like the beauty of post production, and I love and appreciate editors. Especially having been one with our content, especially like Matt was just saying, it's like none of that exists though to the audience.
Yeah.
They'll never know.
Exactly.
Cut it out.
Yeah.
That's
where it's
fine.
like each things to do I make that's like a post-com things to do. That's like 3 hours of footage that I'm like, that's the best 4 minutes of it. That enjoy that. What's up?
Can you make the goddamn sensor dart things to do that we filmed that night?
I talked to Trevor about that yesterday.
You and Gavin were just like ranting back and forth.
He gave you 4K
and so I just
footage.
said,
He didn't though.
He says he did.
That's great. He can say a lot of things. Gavin does, but he didn't.
What did he give you?
Nothing.
Oh, well, he's got it saved.
I'm sure he has it saved.
Also-
but it's
also-
not my responsibility to find it.
It would not be hard for us to refilm it.
No.
And we should do it three ways, because there's three different ways we can do it.
Because I remember what happened with that one, where like I came with the idea and I made sure it worked.
It worked immediately.
Yeah, when we were
Phenomenal.
playing. But the thing is, trying to find a sensor dart in an RC car is not always the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, no, I know. But with 4 people trying, also, we don't have to use the RC car. We can use a helicopter, and
That's
we can
true.
use the
I didn't think about that
car
until Trevor brought it up the other day.
So we can
But
escalate it.
We could escalate it.
Well, I mean, you and I can sit down and do it in 2 hours.
Also, that came out like the time Red Dead did, so
No, yeah, I know.
I focused more on Red Dead.
I'm excited because Ken's finally editing the second zombies thing we shot.
Oh,
that was
like
a fun
we
video.
shot it so long ago. That was we were trying to do the Easter egg on 9, the first one of the zombies maps. And I hope it does well because it's actually like a structured zombie thing. People seem to like the first one, the Circuit's Kiss one, the scorpion gun. So like hopefully people like this, we can go back and actually try to complete the Easter egg because we've never done that before without the help of Noah J. And even then, I don't think we finished it.
My favorite thing about those, Jack, is like you'll send me a video before we do those, so I kind of have an idea of like what we're supposed to be doing. Immediately forgetting it when we walk into the video, and then being like, "Yeah, Jack, what?"
Yeah, no, it's fun though. I mean, I love that there is like I'm not a big PvP guy. I've never been a good PvP guy. So this is PvE, but with a goal. Like there actually is a finish to it. Like if you complete, like kill the final boss, which there are bosses and zombies, it literally runs a cutscene and then it ends it. It's like, all right, you did it, you beat it, and it's like to me that's like beating Call of Duty because there is no single player anymore.
Well, that's saying it's like that's kind of like a horde mode that you don't expect to have an ending.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
but it does. Which
and
is
so it's really neat and it's just really intricate and like the one we did, we actually kind of completed the first step of the big Easter egg. And apparently it's the hardest step too. So, but the next ones are just like a matter of like learning stuff. And so I think we can do it. I think we can have a lot of fun with it.
I think, if we get there earlier in the process of it, we absolutely.
Well, I think if we start another one, it'll begin later into it.
Yeah,
and so instead of starting from round 1, it'll probably start like round 10. Like after we've got, the Pack-a-Punch, after we got Circuit's Kiss, and it's like, okay, now we're going to get into the steps. So we don't even have to start recording until we hit that point. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that way it's not like a 4-hour-long video. It'll still be long, but it won't be crazy long.
I do love we have one zombie left, and that's the one that we just carry with us for the entirety of like a
Well,
week.
we blow his legs off and keep a crawler.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you crawl with me. Come on, buddy. And
Yeah.
just, that's the whole video for a while.
So.
You and I went on a date together.
We did.
Jeff and Jack date.
Yeah, we went to the Alma Draft House.
Saw a movie.
It was lovely.
That was nice.
Saw Vice. It was good. Good movie.
It's a frustrating movie.
Very frustrating.
Very well acted.
Yeah.
Very well edited.
All these talking points are coming together perfectly. I was going to say on the note of Kent, too, we might start up some more trailers again. Like, I call them Sweden trailers.
Yeah.
Which is just from Be Kind Rewind. It's not an official term. But yeah, those are damn fun. So
I never saw Be Kind Rewind. Was it good?
It's
Yeah, it's all right.
Had Most Definite, right?
Most Def is great.
Yeah.
Jack Black and Most Def are like such positive guys in that movie. It's like, oh, this is kind of infectious. The movie itself, like Danny Glover's in it, and it's just not too bad.
Yeah. Have you guys seen anything else recently? Like we saw Aquaman. It was
Still haven't seen Aquaman yet.
Just saw Vice with Jack.
Yeah, I need to go see Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's
I've held off for
great.
too long.
I've seen Spider-Man
I hear
twice.
So good it is.
So good. That was, I think I mentioned before that Katie wanted to go back and see it again, which is like, wow. Like, she doesn't like going to see movies. And she's like, I want to go see Spider-Man again. I was like, okay, absolutely.
I love you.
Yeah.
I knew I was right.
I got to watch you eat a pizza while I ate carrots and celery. That was fun.
Oh, yeah. I had chips and Katie and I shared chips and queso, and I had a pizza, and Jeff was sitting there just, I think, eating fingernails is what you were eating. That's what it was.
Michael's go-to is always chips and queso, and I always get one of their milkshakes. I love them so much. And they had an Aquaman menu that had it was like Revenge of the Seven Seas or something, some clever like that. But there was like vanilla. It had ginger syrup inside of it, and then little ginger flakes on top. It's delicious. Oh.
Now, the fat guy trick, if you're around an Alamo Draft House.
Is this the Freebirds fat guy trick?
No.
He's got a fat guy trick for every restaurant.
Yeah, this is an Alamo fat guy trick. So what you do, you get your chips and queso. Personally, I don't like, they put cilantro on it and like this other stuff. I get that off. I'm like, no, don't put that on there because cilantro like tastes like mayonnaise.
And it's green, and you might it's green.
No, I have no problem with that. Right? No problem with that. Anyway, but what you do is you get your chips and queso. You start with that. Have some of it. Leave some of the queso. Then get a pizza. Eat the pizza. Dip the crust in the queso.
My God.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Anything in that queso is good.
Yeah.
That queso at Alamo Draft House is so good. I get the baked pretzel.
Ooh,
the chips is really good, but chips are really good, but the pretzel's like on point.
Pretzel and queso.
I might be in the minority. You had the cookies?
The hot chocolate cookies are fucking phenomenal.
That's not a minority at all.
Okay, well,
do you like cookies? You might not like cookies, but hey, if you do.
I'm the minority, but I'm a bit of a dessert guy.
That's
I'm the only one I know that talks about these cookies because inside the cookies is the dough. It's so good.
Yeah. It's nice and warm in the middle.
Yeah, it's nice and warm.
As cookies should be. Soft in the middle, a little crunchy on the outside.
Yes.
Just a little.
You get all of the whole spectrum of like crunch to soft.
Yes.
Best thing in the Alamo Draft House menu is the fried pickles.
Really?
They're so fucking good. But I wish I could have some.
I like your avocado toast.
You can.
Avocado sucks dick holes.
Hot take from Jeff Ramsey.
Well, I love dick holes then.
Oh, well.
A lot.
Just the holes.
All over
Urethra central.
Like donut holes.
Tiny packets like donut holes.
What are you eating? Hot dick holes. I got it from Dunkin' Donuts. I got it from Dunkin' Dick holes.
I agree with you. I'm not an avocado fan. Like guac, I can't do guacamole. I don't like guac.
Yeah, I wish I did. I tried.
Yeah.
I've tried multiple times. My life in Texas would be so much easier if I liked avocado and guacamole.
Yep.
No, I agree with you.
Especially in Austin where they put slivers of avocado on everything.
Yeah.
Guac on
Or
everything.
you get like Kirby queso, and it's like, I'll get the cheese part around it.
No.
Yeah. Or Torchy's has it in there too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, Torchy's they throw. I don't like Torchy's queso. They just throw a ton of shit in there. It's
Yeah, but Torchy's queso is good.
Kirby queso. Kirby Lane
You're
Cafe.
naming three amazing quesos.
Kirby Lane queso is some.
What's the cowboy?
Might be the best.
Where they put beans in it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
It was either
Black
beans or
beans?
meat, but I don't remember. I just
Well,
remember it being
that's
good.
deconstructed nachos is all it is.
Yeah, and then you construct it yourself in the mouth.
Most of my memories of Kirby Lane are 3 a.m. when I was really, really drunk. So I
yeah.
can't confirm.
That's fair.
That's what I remember.
Can't get that Kirby combo.
Yeah.
No, the thing about Kirby Lane, the reason why their queso is delicious, their chips are fucking amazing. They're super soft. There's something about them that's so good. Those chips, I don't know what they are, but I wish I had a bag of those.
The very thin
No,
ones?
they're fat. They're big chips. But
No, I mean like
I think Chewy's has the
but
best
big.
chips.
Chewy?
yes,
Their chips are like salted in a way that's fucking just like,
very good salted.
It'll give you, if you're impotent, you'll get the biggest boner of your life. Just be put, It's unbelievable.
Nice. You throw in
It's
some
so
dick
good.
holes,
Just next to your
too.
bed.
Yeah,
Like,
you get
ooh.
some Dunkin' Dick holes in there
Their slogan like
with
if you're
Chewy's case.
Yeah.
The treasure of the East Coast.
God damn, it's fucking great.
I had to drive by Chewy's every day to go home, and I never walked in there.
It's
Not
delicious.
Chewy's
It's
good.
good. It's good.
Yeah, try it out.
It's a fucking nationwide chain now. There's like
Yeah.
80 of them.
Yeah.
There was
There's
one
a Chewy's in Alabama for fuck's
One
sake.
showed up in Indiana, and that's the first one I had when I came here. They're like, "Oh, it's from here." I was like, "Oh," and then I went to the Chewy's. I got their quesadillas. Very good quesadillas.
You know the new Kirby Lane's open over in MeUndies?
Lewis and I had breakfast there the other day.
Pretty
Oh,
good.
nice.
It is.
Oh,
Kirby Lane.
I'll have to go there.
Yeah.
It's a restaurant in the first floor of a 5-foot
There's, like,
condo
business
complex,
5 foot.
5-story.
Yeah.
or 5-story.
Yeah.
So it's like it's got no soul or it's
Yeah,
clean. And it's like,
It feels like a cafeteria.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got pancakes. So,
That's the whole idea. Like the whole Mueller thing. Like I like the idea of like living around stuff. Whereas like I could walk to the Alamo or I could walk to get breakfast or whatever. I stayed with Greg Miller when I was in San Francisco. It was one of the coolest things ever because like woke up in the morning, walked out, like which of the 9 breakfast places do you want?
Jack, why don't you spend the night at my condo one night, and you can have that experience in Austin. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like 20 restaurants at your feet.
Well, Katie and I, like, we've turned our house into like the house that we love. Like, we love our house. Backyard's not big enough, and that's the one thing. And like, we actually looked at Mueller's. Like, if we wanted to move to Mueller, like, it'd be pretty cool, but no backyards. You share walls typically with somebody, even if you buy a house.
The price difference from outside of Austin into Austin.
Oh yeah, it'd be a lot different. But it's like I could ride my bike to work. Like there's a lot of things. Like we'll be able to walk wherever we want to. Like walking to like grocery stores and stuff. Like that's
Mueller is taking its goddamn time. Finishing though. Yeah, it's been going for way too fucking long.
Yeah. Well, that's how you keep the houses at a certain value.
Or the Grove. Have you seen the Grove?
That's the new one.
That's the new one going up. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Is that East Riverside or where's that?
No. The Grove is over. It's like if you take 38th and a half Street west towards Mopac, right before you get to Mopac, right around Shoal Creek, before like where the original Kirby Lane is. Yeah. Back behind there's like 80 acres of state land.
Really?
That's right up against Shoal Creek. It's like a fucking long penis of land.
Okay.
And it's like they're turning it into a Mueller style development called the Grove, but it's much more high end and it's gonna have a little downtown and the whole thing.
Really? Dude, that's awesome. Dope.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It'd be a cool place.
That's cool.
I love my house. I'm getting solar put in. I'm doing all this stuff to it, but I'm just like, I wish I lived closer to stuff.
Dude,
no, I get that.
I'm struggling because I can't afford to rent this condo for the rest of my life, and I have to buy a house, and I can't afford to buy the condo that I'm living in. So
I got a guest room.
I'm house shopping now. They come to that.
You can crash my place.
Michael did it.
That's true. Yeah, Barbara did it actually for a seller's bit too.
Yeah.
I've been house shopping for about 3 months now. It's not something I ever thought I'd have to do again. Boy, is it fun!
I think it's a seller's market right now too. Like seller's market. The problem is I could sell my house. I could make a decent chunk of change, but it's like, but then I have to buy a house.
Yeah.
Then it's
you
like, fuck.
cannot buy a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. That's all I need. One for me and the little one, and 2-bed, 2-bath house in the main core of Austin, which is like south of 183, north of Old Wharf, west of Airport, and
just east of 35.
Like west of Airport, and then east of really, I guess, like
Mopac.
No, it's 360 now.
Oh wow! Okay.
For under $750,000. Like it is so fucking expensive.
It's a problem.
It's brutal. Yeah. And it's like, and these are like 2,000 square foot houses that were that are not amazing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Even like, everything's $1 million in Austin.
Yeah, it's crazy because like from where I'm from, I could look at a house that's like 3,000 square feet, and I'm like, yeah. That's $200,000, like easy, no problem. But here it's like, that's so much more because there's things.
I mean, but it's also based. I mean, like go to San Francisco, you can't buy a house in San Francisco.
It's nothing
like
compared
you straight up can't buy one.
San Francisco is the most expensive city in America.
But even like New York and
got
stuff.
A crazy bridge though.
$200,000 in Austin will buy you a teardown. So that you can build a house. It's fucking sucky.
Well, I mean, in Central Austin, yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
Central Austin.
Like, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I'm out in the suburbs, like Michael and Lindsay out in the suburbs a little bit, and it's like a little further away. And that's when, like, even now, it's like it's starting to blow up. Like, I bought a house, and it's already been valued over $100,000 when I bought it at.
Yeah.
And I've only lived there for like 4 years.
That's exactly
it's just
why
like
we chose what we chose.
rocketing up.
Like, right now, low property value. Okay, great. This is going to build up around us. By the time that we move out, if we do want to, it'll be awesome.
No.
Chad was talking to me about like out in like Round Rock. There's some pretty good deals, and I'm like, that's great. But that's so far away.
Yeah, that was like when I was buying a house. That was a huge thing for me. Was like, do I want to be close and like literally put all my savings in the down payment and have a high like monthly payment or whatever? Do I want to be far? And personally speaking, like time is my biggest commodity.
Yeah,
I will like since the beginning of me needing money. Like when my parents made me buy the GameCube, that was my lesson of how to save money and learn and like since then, like I've always been like time is the thing that you can't get back. So like I'm totally with you on that. Yeah. Like I looked at Pflugerville and there's some like amazing houses, but I also balanced out like right now I'm by myself. I don't need the space.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean that's like I had my starter house down south and it was like a tiny little house. It was like 1,200 square feet, and it was great and I loved it. But it's like now it's like all right, Katie and I live together. We have a nice, bigger house. We got animals, so we might have kids at some point.
That's all I want is I want a 1,200 square foot house that has a bedroom for Millie, a bedroom for me, and our own separate bathrooms. That's it.
And
1,000 square feet, 12. I want to be. Location is all that matters to me. I want to be. I don't need a big fancy house. Like I would be lost in y'all's house. Not that you have like the biggest house in the world, but like. I wouldn't know what to do with the space. Absolutely.
They have 2 kids.
I wouldn't know what to do with the space. Like the house that we used to live in, that I used to live in with Griffin. That house was 1,015 square feet. until we put the second floor on. Then it was 1,500 square feet, and that was more than big enough. That house tripled in value from when I bought it to when I lost it in the divorce. I should say I lost it. I was happy.
You know where it is.
I know exactly where it is. No, I was really happy to give that to Griffin, and I don't want her quality of life to change. Really.
You had like the classic size and floor plan for like the Austin home.
Yeah,
I think.
Like a little Austin 1930s bungalow.
Yeah.
It's like,
wow, even older.
it was made in 37. Yeah.
Going back to our earlier conversation where like my mom's a little bit of a hoarder, I also have inherited a little bit of that where I'm like, I need more room. Just so that can be the room where I'm like, yes, look at all these things. The amiibo shelf,
that'll catch up to you, man. I've got some stuff in my garage. I'm like, why the fuck do I still have this? And it's just like, I'm like, I guess maybe I should hold on to this. Yeah, but
I thought about it over the holidays because like I said, I built a gaming PC and I'm setting up an office because I want to, kind of do some stuff with it. I thought a nice cleansing fire might be the best way.
Nice cleansing fire.
Like, that'll work.
That's awesome.
Upstairs neighbors might be a little miffed, but
Now see, we're at the weird point now where it's perfect. We have enough rooms for everybody. New baby's gonna be fine. But if we want another child after that or any other additional space,
backyard.
Have to move.
The backyard's a good.
You're pushing maximum. Pushing maximum.
Do like the Bobby Hill where you make a really good doghouse that he can live in.
There you go. Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, but our commute is actually really fine. People are like, oh, wow, you live so far outside of Austin. Does work hard? I'm like, no, it takes us like 15 or 20 minutes because the toll roads are great.
Yeah.
I bet you live closer to your house than I live. And I live 5 miles away from my apartment, my
driving
condo.
through the city is a piece of shit.
Yeah, and it takes you guys, 25 minutes to get home, 20 minutes to get home? Because
20.
It takes me,
20.
like, I always think, like, oh, fuck, I gotta go out to, like, when I go to visit you guys, I'm like, I gotta go all the way out there. And then I'm there in, like, 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, this is so close. It takes me an hour, sometimes an hour and 15 minutes to get home from work at rush hour.
Yeah.
And I can almost see my condo from here.
Yeah. Do you take 35 or are you trying to avoid it?
It depends. Okay. Usually it's better just to suck it up and go down 35.
35 is a bitch.
But trying to get west, anywhere west of 35 at rush hour is around the river is just unbelievably brutal.
The problem I have with like where you live, you say like toll roads are the best.
Yes.
I can't do it.
What, get like a toll tag or just like commit to it?
I can't commit to it where I'm like, you fucking want to charge me for driving the goddamn road?
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
It is a huge road that took a lot of money.
They will fuck you if you don't pay it too. One of Millie's old babysitters, really, really nice lady, she didn't pay a toll and then she went out of town for like 4 months, going out of the country. And she came back and she just fucked up and she didn't pay attention to it for about 8 months. That toll that she owed turned into a $10,000 bill. And she had to hire a lawyer and petition to get it like reduced. And she ended up having to pay like $1,000 for like a 75-cent toll or some shit.
That's like over the last weekend where it's like I had Casey, she was doing my GPS because like my phone was dead. So I'm like, yeah, okay, direct me to where we're going. I have no idea where the hell we're going. Her GPS had just updated, so it had toll roads. And I'm like, never done that before, so don't know how that's going to work. License is definitely not for the address I'm at now.
Yep.
Cool. Don't want to pay $10,000 for $1 like me driving through a gate. That sort of deal.
I did the same thing when I first moved to Austin. Actually, I think Jack had like, I don't remember if it was a New Year's or a 4th of July thing. But I remember that was like the first time I had to drive a decent distance. And so I had my phone GPS on and it like, I have it now set to avoid tolls because of this very reason, but I've ended up on the toll road not like, oh, God damn it. Because there's a couple.
I'd be okay if it was like when I got to the toll road, I had the option to be like, no, and just turn around. But there's nowhere that you can really.
Yeah.
I mean,
unless you say like last free exit.
Yeah,
they will say
that. But this was a situation where I was like going through back roads, and it's like, all right, here's the toll road. And I'm like, okay.
But like I've wound up on it, and then I take the first exit off, and then I take the service road next to it, which has stoplights and whatever. But like, I was like, okay, it takes your picture when you get off. I don't have a front-facing plate because Indiana doesn't require that. So because I just moved here, I still have my Indy plates, and so I'm like, how's this going to work? Does it take a picture of the front and the back? Like, and so I like obsessively went to the website.
The
like,
front and the back.
Okay, I went to the website every like couple days, and then over the course of months, because I was like, I want to make sure that this doesn't wind up. I put my license plate in that stayed in, and it's like, nope, you got nothing. I was like, parents, make sure nothing comes back home to my home at like the Indy address.
You figured out the system.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
well, that's saying it's like my license plate might be registered for where I live currently, but I know my license definitely isn't because like, I moved and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking.
You should change that.
It's not hard to do, man.
Just go to the website and do it, man.
See, that's the thing.
Sure,
I still
online now.
In my wallet, I still have I remember I was going to hang out with you guys I had to get my license changed because we were going to the UK for Minecon. It was like a long time ago. I was going to go to your guys' house, and I was going to get like beer and stuff just to kind of hang out. I couldn't get beer because I didn't have my license anymore because I'd switched my license to Texas, and I had a piece of paper.
Yeah, that's temporary.
That was like, trust me, this is me. Look at that black and white picture of me. Definitely me. I am over 21 for sure. Can I have liquor, please?
I just panicked.
No one would sell it.
I realized my driver's license, it expires on your birthday, and I was like, oh, fuck, and I remembered I got it new last year.
Oh, okay.
So I'm good. I'm good till 2024.
Texas is nice in that you can just reapply for a driver's license.
Every other one.
Yeah,
every other one. Last year I had to go to the physical place, I think on my birthday.
Because they need you to update your picture, right?
Yeah. So,
What's up?
Do you think if you had to
Until 2023.
if you had to redo your driver's test, do you think you'd be fine?
yeah, I think it'd be okay.
Okay.
Did you do the actual driver's test, or did you do the thing in Texas where someone who has a license just teaches you?
Well, I went to driving school, and so I actually did the whole thing, and then I did the
None of that.
Yeah, then when I got my license, I went and did a test, like an actual like written test, and then the driving school basically vouched for my driving ability.
Yeah.
and so then I was able to get my license after that. So I did the test, and they just did it for me.
I did driver's ed as well. Took a test, aced that. It's very simple, or it's basic stuff, you know. And then I went to get my license, and they were like, "No, you still got to take this test here." And I don't know if it was like a vision thing or if it was a combination of vision and also like some basic questions. Like they pulled like 5 random questions from the whole exam that we took. So I don't know if it was just they didn't vouch for us in Indy, but like it's basically just in preparation for that small test that you can't get any wrong.
I took driver's ed and did that whole thing just because it lowers your insurance or whatever.
Yeah, right,
Well, maybe that's what it was.
I was just thinking that's high school.
Then I had to do like someone rode along with me to prove I could drive. And basically they would do like 2 different types of tests where it's like, if you're doing poorly, we'll avoid this route because it's harder. But if you're doing great, we'll do this to fuck you up. And that was the route I got.
That's how they averaged everyone to the same score.
Yeah, exactly. And then like she got there and she was like, I'm going to count you off for parallel parking because you didn't really do a great job. Also, I didn't want to give you a perfect score. So have a great day. I'm like, cool, thank you. I get my license, right? Why would you do that?
Yeah, one of those people that's
Don't tell me that.
I never give a perfect score. Even if you get all my answers right.
I want to fucking strangle those people.
I never give an A.
It's like, fuck you, who cares?
No one gets an A from me.
What does that do for you personally? Like, does that make you feel better about your driving ability?
You're supposed to be like the teacher isn't supposed to be like, well, I know more than you. The teacher's supposed to be like, I have endowed you with this knowledge, and I did a good job that you did so good. You got an A. That makes me feel good that I did my job well. You're smart now.
I guess
get the fuck on to the next grade.
That's not really the teacher, though, I guess. That's like the examiner, where it's like, another teacher might be better than me. Fuck you.
We had a teacher at Purdue actually get in trouble, and it was like the semester before I had this person, because their class average was like a D plus or like a C. Like no one got above a C, or like the best people got like a B or something.
Yeah.
And like they had tenure, so what are they gonna do? Like so they just punished them in like the next semester. Still a tough class, but like hyper curved all the scores. So it was like easy to get an A, which helped me out. But like it was like you shouldn't be in that position where you screw over everybody so bad.
How long do you think there will be someone who will purchase a car but they don't actually have a license to drive to the point where the car drives itself?
I wonder that.
Like self-driving.
Sooner than
we talked about that with Iris. Like I think in Iris's generation there will be a time where people just get automated cars.
Yeah. Like I mean, at some point, like, will you ever be able to operate a vehicle in such that you sit in it, type in an address, and you don't need a license to do
you
that?
think there will be
like cars that kind of do that?
10 years.
Yeah,
really?
That's pretty.
You think that's soon, or
I think that's soon.
That's aggressive.
I think we'll see it in our lifetime, but I don't think it'll be 10 years.
I don't. Maybe not every car on the road will be like that, but I think in 10 years it'll be a viable option.
Yeah, I think it's a viable option very soon. I think what will hinder it is that there is a significant portion of the population they don't I have like older family members that kind of take this standpoint, a couple of them, where they're like, I don't know, I just don't like the idea that like it has the controller, like I want to be in control of the car. And I'm like, yeah, but we are flawed.
Yeah.
Computers can talk to each other, and like when you get into a plane or a taxi, you're also not in control, right? And I don't know, I think there's just a trepidation between like giving over full autonomy to a car.
I think one of the coolest near future things I've seen in a movie was Logan. the trucks on the interstate. I think that's what it will look like.
Just 18-wheelers with wheels.
Just automated 18-wheelers. And the interstate will be, or there'll be interstates that are designated for it, that'll be a lot like an Amazon warehouse where humans just stay the fuck away. The robots are doing stuff. You know?
Yeah.
And it'll run hell of efficient, and we'll all just get fat.
Well, you're gonna see things where they're like within inches of each other, going on for wind efficiency and stuff.
I'm all about it as long as I can put it in my current car and my current car.
Yes.
There might be
I'll be like, oh, Ladybug, you are alive now.
For a short term, there might be like not a driver's license, but some sort of equivalent to like operate it. You've been licensed to operate this autonomous thing because I don't know, like. If you plug in an address, it's very simple. Like no one gets a license for a phone, but I'm sure there will be like a very small like window where you still like there's a transitional period to get people comfortable with it. But I am crossing my fingers and hoping for it. So like as an engineer, it makes all the sense in the world to me that all the cars can communicate to each other instantly.
Yeah, it totally does. Like I can pinpoint the exact moment where I thought people didn't need to be driving anything because like I said, my grandpa, he was like 98 and he's like, okay, we need to go over there. Traffic is really backed up. We're just gonna go over there. Exactly. I was like, okay, this is the time for both you to stop driving and also everyone to.
Yeah, 98 is a pretty intense, just age-wise. Like you're still driving.
He was like he had dementia towards the end, but that was still like 5 years from there.
Yeah, or like how many
after
times
that or before that?
After that.
Oh,
Pizza's been here for 30 minutes.
What?
Yeah, no, it's been there. They were bragging about it over on the chat. Sorry, I keep looking at the chat here.
Glad I got that salad.
God,
it's wilting away as we speak.
We're just thinking about like
they're
age-wise. Okay, people getting too old to drive, but still wanting to drive because I do agree that there's that like feeling of autonomy and wanting control. Especially for a lot of people, driving is a sense of freedom. It's the first time that you're able to go wherever you want for the most part. And they really don't want to let that go. I know older generations, like my grandparents, like it was a huge thing to say, "Hey, you can't drive anymore," and it was like family feud. But on top of that, now we have people who are so focused on like texting while driving is a huge thing. Even though we've implemented laws, they just don't give a shit. And we've seen the biggest case recently was the woman who just plowed through 3 kids while they were getting out of a school bus. And she was like, I didn't see the bus. I'm like, because you were on your phone.
Yeah.
Like, the bus is kind of
are you serious?
I mean, that's the thing I'm just waiting for the computers to be able to take over. Like even if they're not perfect, I still think it's like
there's going to be like a time where you read about like an automated car killing like a family, and then that'll slowly go.
Oh, but it's going to be like
one instance of a woman was in LA, but she wasn't using the crosswalk one, which I understand. Like you're programming a machine to say crosswalk, I stop here.
Yeah.
This woman beat the system, I guess, in a way.
But insurance fraud.
Yeah. But it's still a better option than what we are experiencing.
More people die right now than like on the roads by humans driving vehicles than an AI driving a vehicle.
That's a great point, because I was going to say we can scrutinize and get if we want to make it a political point, we can scrutinize every instance that this emerging technology screws up and continue to ignore the amount of people that have accidents, whether it's intentional or a lack of responsibility or drinking or any other human errors that we can have.
Poor decision making.
Many human errors, we can, I don't know, I just don't want to get caught up in that too long because honestly, it would change society in so many incredible ways. Like if there is a future where there's 3 or 4 lanes, the inside lane is for interstate travel. So those cars are going at like 150. You got the middle lane, which that's for like cross state to cities travel. And then you have like the local travel that comes on and off, merges on the outside lane. And so all these different lanes of travel go like 150, 100, and then 50 or whatever.
Yeah. Of course, this is the future. So all the cars would be close to the ground, but floating.
Yeah,
of course. Actually, probably because of the lack of friction.
From that.
Yeah, because it's dying.
That's fucking smart.
So, yeah.
Wow. Well, that's always the thing. It's like people always say like the one exception. Like, well, this is clearly happening. It's like, fuck you. Like, anytime I see people like, well, I hear Teslas catch fire. It's like,
okay.
Everything catches fire.
I think 4 Teslas have caught fire in the last year. How many vehicles have caught
Pintos.
fire? Yeah, are like, there was an injury at the Tesla factory. It's like 4 people died at the Honda factory last year. You don't see articles about that shit. It drives me crazy, especially for Tesla, because Tesla is a USA-based company, owned here in America, is the #1 selling car in America. Like,
of course, somebody says not to be a dick, but how many AI-controlled cars are out there in the public? Yeah, you're gonna have to compare percentages.
Yeah. So exactly. How many accidents per how many are out there? Like the same thing that people do with plane travel. There are less accidents per hour, right? Or less casualties per trip, than there are on cars,
Well, there's going to be growing pains with anything, and unfortunately, that's going to be like a life. This situation.
I mean, that's literally the same thing that happened with cars.
Yeah.
When cars were invented, people were like, holy shit, no, everyone's going to die.
Yeah.
Here we
A horse will stop when it gets to the cliff. The car won't.
I totally understand emerging technology being unfamiliar and scary, like you were just saying with cars. Like, it is what it is, and it's being comfortable. I just wish that we were a little bit more pragmatic, which is not a popular trait.
Pragmatism?
Yeah, I'd rather look at the facts and analyze what would make more sense, as opposed to only looking at the things that support either your fear or the lack thereof, and and for news articles to capitalize on fear constantly, to be to make their point stand out.
Let me clarify, Peter.
Yeah, what's up?
Peter Hayes, you son of a bitch.
Peter.
Well,
the Tesla Model 3 is the #1 best-selling car in USA from an American car company. So yes, Tesla is the number
Ford,
one.
Chevy, Tesla.
From an American car.
From an American car
Ram
company.
is yes.
Right now, it's #1 is Toyota Camry, then Honda Accord, Honda Civic, and then Tesla Model 3, and then Toyota Corolla.
Toyota Camry has I think been #1 on that list for 20 years.
Yeah.
Camry?
That is a popular fucking car.
Yeah.
Well, they're like
I'm a Ford girl myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Ford.
I've got the
I had a
Ford
Mustang for a
Focus
long
that
time.
just it stays that way for forever.
I'm more loyal to brand than I'm an Audi person now.
Audi's a great brand.
So when Audi has an electric car, I'll make the transition,
nice.
but not till then. I have no desire to have a Tesla or any
My
other.
first car was a Volkswagen. Tesla's interesting, but after experiencing repairs on Volkswagens or any German cars, I'm sorry, I can't do it again.
Are they expensive or?
It's expensive in the sense that something.
So you're not going to get another
small would
Volkswagen,
break.
or are you taking Tesla you have to repair?
No, Volkswagen.
Okay.
Any German cars are like that. Because I would have something happen where say my AC is not working. Okay, they're we have to take apart your entire dashboard. And that's going to cost
is it because
a lot
it's
of money.
so compact?
Yes, everything's Lego brick laid in together. Whereas Ford, you can say, okay, I want to access this part.
Jeremy
I'm
tripped.
done. Jeremy.
Which is beautiful from an engineering perspective, but exactly what you're saying, I can imagine that'd be
Pain in the
super
ass.
frustrating.
What was the name of that game? I am too an innie. What was the name? We're talking
Oh,
belly
your
buttons.
penis goes inside?
What?
The achievement hunter handle.
What was the name of that Let's Roll game we did this morning?
Gonna be a mulligan.
And there's more.
Yeah,
Now
there's more,
there's
yeah.
what is it?
Now that,
That.
But wait.
there's more.
but wait, there's more. That was fun, and we're gonna when we're done, we're gonna eat, and then we're gonna do more Let's Rolls.
I think
Yes.
so.
What are we? What's the next game we're
So
playing?
I don't. Oh man, I'm terrible. I don't remember the name of this because it was a last minute change. Larry had a great game lined up. It's an emerging Kickstarter. Unfortunately, there's some missing pieces, so we had to pivot. I don't know the name of it, but it's a battle royale
Oh, okay, right.
based game.
It's like PUBG, the board game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I would.
and it's a deck builder maybe.
I'm drunk.
It's called.
That's drunk?
I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, this is literally just says the Battle Royale board game.
Today was
Yeah.
a great
Is
morning.
it
when
on camera?
They were
Yeah, that's what I'm
filming.
saying.
Yeah.
They were in the main room
I don't remember
filming
it.
Lasso, and we were all filming Let's Roll in the other room. And that was fucking awesome. I love when we can do that.
So that's 5
that
videos today. Just so
Michael and
far,
Gavin are
and
really
with the
good
plan
about-
of a 6th.
About doing play pals while we do other stuff. But
What the hell?
Jumped. Here, I'm gonna get some food. Jeremy, or something.
Yeah,
This is
can you
delicate.
get the Diet Coke? Jack, do you mind?
he's not coming back.
Oh, you're not.
I'll go get food. I'm out. You want a Diet Coke, though?
Sure.
Nice.
Hi,
Matt.
buddy.
You've been drinking? I heard you've been drinking.
Matt
A
drunk.
little bit.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Well, we
Oh,
were
thanks,
also
mac and
talking
cheese,
about-
61.
Phone.
We're talking about Let's Roll,
like the
and now we did a Let's Roll this morning that was about
phone.
pitching products.
Yeah,
And while it's not a
Thanks,
part of the
man.
Let's Roll game, I know that a really good product is MeUndies. I'll tell you a little bit about it right now.
Oh,
I'll slip right into a
Do it.
pair.
Oh, yeah. This episode of Hot Topic is brought to you by MeUndies. It's a new year, and you've probably made some resolutions to make 2019 awesome. I know I have. It's an easy one to add to your list, and you start the year off right with a pack of new underwear from MeUndies. Now, MeUndies are made from naturally soft, breathable fiber that is 3 times softer than cotton. It's like your footsteps when you're 16 and get home after a curfew. It's a nice feeling. You can also get a style that's perfectly suited for you or your outfit for the day. Men and women can each choose from 4 different cuts, all of which are available in classic colors to adventurous prints. Now, I always get thongs because I hate panty lines. I don't mess with those. But I get mine in cool colors too. I have some stripes, some leopard prints. I got some bananas on some. They're really cute. And the best way to upgrade your underwear drawer fast is by getting MeUndies in packs of 3, 6, or 10. MeUndies has a great offer for our viewers. For any first-time purchasers, when you order MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. Start the year off right and flip your underwear drawer by getting 15% off the most comfortable undies you will ever own. To get your 15% off your first pair, Free shipping and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Go to MeUndies.com/off-topic. That's MeUndies.com/off-topic.
So you're saying we get 100% off our satisfaction guarantee?
Yes.
Nice.
I'm gonna fuck off with Jack then to make some room for you
Ryan,
guys.
you get off on the satisfaction guarantee.
When you get into MeUndies, you will get off.
I want people to know who are watching the wide shot. Gavin's here too.
How was
All right,
Lasso?
I'm gonna also tag out Let Lasso crew.
Oh, damn.
Slip
Come on
up
in.
in.
So do we just get a drunk Matt Bragg? Is that
Yeah,
what we
you
are?
inherited
Oh,
it.
I'll take it.
You cancel out with a sober.
Yeah, giggle Matt.
Yeah.
I've been listening while you're gone.
Hey,
I can tell.
fucking Lasso.
Cheers, Lasso, cheers.
Lasso!
We done got beat it.
No, hey, you get that out of there. You don't belong.
If Alfredo was here, he'd have a claim.
Cheering?
Have you done Lasso? Can we touch cans?
Yeah, I was in that one that we didn't release because you guys pissed off.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Correct.
That was great, yeah. Where I had to go pick up my kids.
I was like,
and then Jeremy remembered.
Start Lasso right before you have to leave.
It was like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half is not a lot, though.
But I think I had to leave too, and you had the podcast.
Well, no, that was the sequence. Was you were starting to lay into me, and then Jeremy was like, "Oh shit, I forgot I was supposed to go pick up Kat." And then Sarah comes in and is like, "You're supposed to be on the podcast like 5 minutes ago." Gavin screams and flees the room.
I could have finished the video, but I'd still be going.
Just Matt.
Moving everyone's sticks.
Dude, I had a gravity hammer. It was
Nice.
It was good.
I had that for a bit.
Was it Floodgate or the Ark? No, it was Halo. It was the last one.
Finished.
We did the whole thing. Lasso was done. So people-
Galactic Ram wants to know, Michael, would you recommend Lasso to do with friends?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do it with not friends.
Yeah.
Maybe
sure.
enemies.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
co-workers only.
I think solo, you go back to the beginning of the mission every time you die. So
Yes, you
Correct. If you have
Yeah.
iron on,
I
yeah.
think you have to, as you die, you have to quit the game just so you keep the checkpoint.
do. Yeah, I'm sure you can
Whoa.
do that real
Oh,
quick.
you can like go around the iron like
You
that.
can.
I mean,
You can bum cheese it?
like you can bum cheese, but like
cheese
that's
it.
minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
every
several
attempt
minutes
is
every
like-
time.
And
Load
we
it out,
died
load
every
it in.
6 seconds.
Wow, that's.
Yeah.
I was
brutal.
surprised you guys got through Cortana.
Cortana was not that bad.
It was easier than
Cortana
the
was
last
not that
level.
bad once some people restrained themselves.
We discovered something on
start
the
with
last
4
level.
swords.
They hand you 4 swords and then say
God.
go, and there's a lot of team killing people. Well, because the thing is, you don't see people in your peripheral, and so there's the dash on the sword. So
Yeah.
all of a sudden, there's no one in front of you, and then the dash happens, and then you dash.
I never used the dash once.
That was
that
how
whole
it
level.
felt.
Really?
That-
How?
Well, it's like automatic.
Yeah.
Dash.
Anytime you lock on.
You just hit B.
But
Yeah.
it's the same
Well,
thing.
that's the
isn't it?
No,
melee
it
button.
isn't.
No, it's
No, it
it's
isn't.
not.
You
It
just
He's
punch.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he's
just
right.
punch. But it does the same like killing thing that doesn't.
I just hit
There's
buttons.
There's no dash.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no
Yeah.
flying around. It's just
It
whacking.
makes no difference when someone stood in front of you.
It's just
You still
whacking.
get cut down.
They get
No,
cut.
but you don't lunge
get
across the
slayed.
room and kill someone.
Also, we discovered a certain thing that happens on the last level that's a huge pain in the dick if you're doing it on Lasso.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks for that, Bungie.
We'll bring it up after the episode comes
I
out.
feel like they knew what they were doing. We just set something up that made it a lot harder on ourselves.
I thought it was really fun to do all those videos, and if the audience also liked it, maybe we could do some other ones.
We could do. We
So
were
what's
saying
that,
we could
4?
do 4 or ODST.
We should do ODST now.
Did they get rid of it in 5?
Does 4 have 4-player co-op?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
You're all
Yeah,
just
I guess
Master
we could
Chief.
do.
You're all Master Chief.
Everyone after 3's got 4.
I guess we could do
I
ODST,
think
Halo
even-
4, and Halo 5 all on Lasso.
Doesn't 2 the
No,
remake?
two's 2-player. Did they add it to the remake?
I'm drunk, so I don't know. But
Nice.
they could have added
2
4-player
is, I
co-op.
think it's only 2.
2 was 2,
2
unless
is
they
2, 1
added
is
it.
2.
No, 1 is 1.
One has
1 is
I
Halo
really just
1.
hurt my own brain.
Unless
I watched Jeremy's eyes go.
one has 2.
Matt, do you want some pizza or knots?
Sure.
There's lots of pizza
Yeah,
knots
you
over
go get
there.
it, man.
No, Sarah's offering to bring it to us.
All right.
So I'm really, yeah.
Lasso crew
Just you and me.
hit it hard already.
Yeah.
We paused and ate.
How many-
Yes,
how many
more
knots do you
Lasso.
want?
Yes, do
least
more.
3.
I want to do Reach.
3 knots.
Gavin's like,
Reach is
fuck
good game.
Reach.
We'll
Matt
get
wants
to it.
No, I love Reach. It's one of my favorite games. Just not in the Master Chief Collection.
Again, this is the whole thing is
It
Gavin's
is.
quest to
What?
unlock all the achievements.
What?
Yeah.
Reach is in
I
the
swear
Master
they,
Chief Collection?
they added that, or at least they talked about it.
No, you are drunk.
I think you're out your ass
You're
right now.
definitely
I,
drunk.
I
They
swear
definitely
to God.
they added
Remember-
ODST.
Remember in Cortana
As
when
a
we got
separate
to see
download.
Matt coming out of his own anus when he was talking about Reach being in Master Chief
The thing
Collection?
is about
Oh, she did message me.
for
Nice. I got
ODST
it.
4 and 5, there's achievements for it. I don't think there's a Lasso Reach achievement.
So you're saying you don't care?
Master Chief
It's
Collection.
dead to him.
I
Yeah,
love
I
Reach
mean-
though. It's one of my favorite Halo games.
But
Do you want pizza as well? So many questions, Sarah.
She did just message me.
Okay.
I'll,
All right, cool.
Listen, we already ate the pizza.
It was good.
No, it still says it's being considered.
We got it immediately.
We could
Being
go.
considered.
We could go back and
They're
forth.
still thinking about it.
yeah, like fucking decide.
We could go back and forth between Halo and GTA.
For
Mastermind?
Criminal Mastermind.
We've got to do that
Come back to
criminal,
Lasso.
but
You have to.
that one's gonna suck.
It is. There's a lot of sections in that.
We'll have
that
to actually hook up that bum cheese.
the bum cheese
I
button.
think one of them has wandered off.
How can just one wander off?
Well, I brought it to my desk to hook it up, and then it wandered off.
There's no way someone took
That's
it off
not
your
how
desk.
that happens.
What happens? No, it happens all the time in our
Well,
office
yes,
where
it's
things
true.
wander. Where's the dick?
I was gonna say,
Dude,
what
I'm
if it
still-
eloped with the dildo? Who's
Maybe
like,
so.
Let's get out of here.
The bump cheese and the dildo.
I'm still looking for Casey's Christmas present. I had a Christmas
Why
present.
did
shipped
you have
here.
that here?
Well, because like I knew when it was going to get here. It
You
got here on the
fool.
24th.
Blame it on the shipping. That's
Well-
what you do when you get no present. I swear it's coming.
It got here on the 24th, but it was like I'm not here on the 24th.
How did it get here on the 24th?
Well, I
Who
ordered
delivered it
I
on the
ordered it late.
24th?
I don't know.
Yeah, but like they delivered shit on Christmas Eve?
I got stuff delivered on Christmas Eve.
Fuck you.
They,
Yeah.
Damn.
That's Gavin.
Yeah.
Bam.
For me, they
Hard
wouldn't
bam.
deliver it on the 24th. They told me the 24th, and I got here expecting to get her present. I haven't found it for like 3 days now.
it's gone.
It's
Probably
It's
gone.
been more than 3 days since the 24th. Just so you know.
Well, yeah, but I didn't get back here until Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So.
We should get good
that
after
math
this,
adds
probably.
up.
You think so?
Yeah. I think that'd be the
Bish,
best use of our
bish.
time. We were
Oh,
so
that's
efficient.
Sarah.
We were so efficient for like a week. We like every video we recorded was literally the next video we needed. Like we weren't like back cataloging stuff.
Yeah,
that
but
much.
then you want a good back catalog, right? We needed
Yeah.
Lasso.
Then-
That's every Wednesday.
And like Lasso, we did need. Lasso and Aruru were never needed that much.
We also
do gotta get
through
some more
Australia.
reviews.
And we need to make sure we got through Australia, which we
It's a
haven't.
long time. We've been gone for a while.
Yeah, but like
10
me,
days.
Lindsay, and Matt Bragg will be here.
Oh, that's right. You got to be holding
Yeah,
it down.
We got some
hold
stuff.
down the fort.
We should.
Look forward to the podcast on the 25th.
Hell yeah.
Can
We
we
get the leftovers.
import some people? You know, bring some of those other folks over.
My water's
I'm
gonna break on the
thinking about it.
podcast.
Oh, shit.
I planned it.
That will be
That will
a
get
show.
views.
Sell
That
it.
will get views.
Dude, look at me over here. This is wild.
Actually,
Yeah.
You
it's
can't
funny.
see my legs.
My mother went into labor on TV
Really?
with me.
What?
Yeah. Mhm.
What?
Yeah,
You're a TV star, baby?
Attention
What are
whore.
you doing?
Yeah. Well, look at me.
the cameras are on. Time to get out. Yeah.
Way
no.
back it up.
born
What
to
was
do this.
happening?
No, my dad had it was on worked for the local news station in Columbus, and he had like a kids program, and my mom was on it with him
Star Trek 2.
at the time. I forget they were like doing some kind of kid craft thing, and her went into labor.
Here's how you make a baby.
Do you have that recording?
I don't.
Thanks.
I've never looked it up.
You should go to the archives.
Thank you.
And find it.
If such
Yeah,
a
we
thing
should ask.
exists, that
Yeah,
would be
get Matt, get that in you.
Yeah. Hey, Sarah.
Do you know the name of
Can
the
you give me a
show?
Coke?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't.
You the best.
Matt, you have a drink right in front of you.
I didn't even get your
I
own
don't.
Coke.
Drink it.
I can't because I need a chaser. I hate the taste of beer, dude.
Yeah, Matt, don't
You know how you learn to like beer? You drink it.
It's true.
It's true, yeah.
Oh, we lost the people watching.
Oh no,
What's that mean?
the feed cut. No.
Oh, I thought you meant like emotionally. We lost them.
Oh, it's
No.
back.
It's
we
back.
lost
We're good.
them.
We're good.
Okay.
We
So
found
wait,
them.
I got to figure out this mystery though, just real quick. Some
Yeah.
clues for me. Your
Yeah.
father's last name is Haywood. Yes, you
Correct.
took his last name. Okay.
Yes.
Stole it from him, actually.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
Yeah,
his
no.
name until Ryan took it.
This was in Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Columbus, Georgia.
Okay. Do you know what year?
Oh,
what year were you born?
yeah.
She's trying to hunt you
1980.
down.
1980.
Do you
Yeah.
know what year you're born?
In December,
sure?
December of 1980.
They're tough
feel like
questions.
you should know
What the
that.
hell is happening?
December. Well, it get cut out. I
She's gonna
think.
try to
No, I
find
mean
it.
this.
That's what's happening. She's gonna try to find the video.
She's trying to
of
outsource
Ryan's
the logo.
birth.
Now remember, this is like a local Columbus TV station, so the chances of it having archives are pretty slim.
I'll still try to find it.
I mean, the thing is, like, if it was today, you could find it in like 2 seconds. But
That's
like,
true.
This is 1980 when they were like, the world's gonna end in 10 years.
Do you kind of wish that you'd
Same
lasted
feeling?
past December and then you'd be younger?
No. Not really.
Holding
I would still be if I'd made it another week. I would still
I'm
be.
right there with you.
Well, because you'd be born in 81.
Well, first of all, if I had been born,
Yeah, this is
younger than 80.
if I had been born in January, I would have been at like 10 months. So that probably wouldn't have been good.
Yeah,
Isn't that how long a pregnancy is?
It's 9.
No.
but It's close. You were close, Gavin.
How many weeks?
40.
400. That's how long it
like
is,
10
as far
months.
as you know.
Gavin is a little right. It is actually if you start.
That's the most
Let
Gavin
me know
can
when you
be.
start
Yeah, Gavin
Is a little right.
when you start clocking it. It is closer to 10, but
You're not going to change it, all right?
No.
You can't change society.
I can't change the year Ryan was
You can't
born.
change.
That's true.
No, that I'm fine with.
You want to retcon
You
me
just
a
want
year
to
younger?
retcon
Okay, go
now
for it.
pregnancy's 10 months.
Except now it's January, so I'd still be the same age anyway.
I was reading about it,
You right?
and based on what I've been told, allegedly this is true. But if any doctors want to weigh in, feel free.
There's no doctors watching.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Anyone who knows a doctor who wants to weigh in,
I hope
ask
that they
them.
are not watching this at work in the EC.
Hey, we had the doctor who was filming herself dancing while doing surgery, so why not watch some off
Okay,
topic while
sure,
you're
why not?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we'll
Yeah,
go back to
that happened.
Yeah,
It
we'll
was a thing.
circle back.
Anyway, allegedly women cannot deliver close to 10 months or like carry the child for 10 months because it will literally like be so large and carry so heavily that you will tear yourself too much and probably
much.
bleed out and
Well, they
die.
just keep going, man.
Yeah.
Those kids just keep growing.
That'd be badass. The baby ripped out of you like an alien like
It'd be
that.
bad for your ass because
you might get
one
a
of the
leg.
things that might happen there is when the vagina tears, it can tear down towards your anus.
Right,
and
and
they
it
just
just
rip the whole
becomes
thing
one
open.
big
Yeah,
mega
split.
anus.
And
Yeah.
you do not want that.
Mega.
Ryan, I don't even know that.
Yeah,
No.
it's what
Yeah.
it
You don't need to know that. Someday you might have a kid, Matt.
That's what can
These are
happen.
things that they're going to tell you
I'm
about.
never gonna.
The baby comes out and it's like,
Yeah,
Nope.
good.
You might have to be in the room.
and then
They
full
had the-
second mouth comes out.
They had the 15-pound baby born.
Oh my God.
C-section,
Yeah, that
but
just
still,
happened.
Yeah.
I was in
Oh,
Texas,
like the-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it born or did it
C-section.
burst through her chest like
It
an
was a
alien?
C-section.
Dude,
was it? I
It was,
didn't read
it was quite literally a big boy.
Yeah.
That kid was fucking
The
massive.
parents were pretty big.
Oh, yeah,
15
people are
pounds.
calling it mega anus or the vaginus. That sounds about right.
Janus is nice.
But Janus is my band name. No one take it.
Oh, I was gonna say it was a Power Rangers villain. Make
my
anus
vaginas
Wow.
Someone said Matt having a kid is unfathomable.
Yeah, I can't imagine it either.
Yeah,
Let's
because you need
all
sex
hope.
first.
Yeah, to each
Damn. Got him.
to each their own, but would you even want kids?
I
No.
Okay, part of me is like,
Yeah, have one.
yeah, sure.
You stop.
No. Stop. No.
Stop it.
Okay,
No.
this is a dumb reasoning for it, but I absolutely want to because like I want to play Pokemon with my kid,
All right.
and I want to be like, I know, that's exactly it, right? I want to be like, hey son, I've had this Swampert since I was but a wee lad. 10. He will kill you. You are going to die to him. But one day, you still won't be able to beat him.
You're just never gonna.
But you'll be a little bit better.
You want your child to suffer as you have suffered.
Yes.
Okay.
But I want him to be better because of it. He will learn.
It's that
life-
second part that's the hard
Would
one.
you say
Yeah.
that you're better because of it?
No. But I would say that I'm better in spite of it.
Sure.
So Matt just wants. Son, I want you to be a good person in spite of
In spite of me.
Despite what
Just
I've
wants
done.
like a 9 or 10-year-old son.
Yeah.
His first 8 years are gonna be rough
It can be a daughter.
when he just
To be
doesn't,
fair.
doesn't want you.
That's true.
No,
Can you play Pokemon yet?
Can you
You're dead
evolve
to me.
already?
Yeah,
You look shit.
It happens in like 2
What level
seconds
do
of
you
the game.
What level do you become?
I gotta
something
make you
better?
fight other babies? Does that make you grow up faster?
That's
Jesus
not wrong.
Michael,
That's
Michael.
actually accurate.
You're a real
I would
normal
use
type.
I would
You're-
use experience share. Don't worry, it'd be fun.
So you're having multiple kids, or
Well, no, I just I train like the cat. The cat would transfer experience to that, right?
Right.
I take
Sure.
care of it.
I mean, you know how to make them, right? You put your Squirtle in her Pikachu,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
there she is.
And then bam.
and then the vagina rips apart. And the baby.
And you get the
I
vaginas.
feel like you put a Squirtle in her Cloyster.
yeah,
It
Cloyster.
would-
I don't know any other.
He doesn't-
I don't have any other
I mean,
big.
It looks
to
like
be
a
fair,
vagina.
for me, it's a steal.
I thought you were going to say it's a
My
diggler.
God.
You know, there's in one of the games there's a
Trio.
Wow.
in one of the games there's like a dating couple that you fight. It's like one of the ones that has the double
Yeah, they have an Onyx
and
and
they
a
have an
Cloyster.
Onyx and a Cloyster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What's an onyx look like? And why is it?
And it's a big
Anal
rock
beads.
dick.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a
it's just a
dicklicate.
rock.
It's
Yeah.
anal
Yeah.
beads.
And a Cloyster's a vagina.
Yeah, yeah. Onyx is a bunch of anal beads. For sure.
It is very anal beadish, yeah. Cloyster's just
The only
straight
thing,
up a
usually
guy.
with anal beads, they're usually like the same size.
There's some that increase or decrease in size.
I guess. I get,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, it's like an entrance,
A
and then
gradient.
So do you start at the big one and work your way down, or start at the small
I
one?
would
and work your way
imagine, I
down?
would imagine
small
you go
one.
the other way because once you've got a big one in, the small one's gonna do nothing.
Yeah, then it's just falling in a hole. It's
just
like
falling
dropping
in
a
a hole.
Well,
basketball
yeah,
down
but
a well
you
at
think
that
when you're
point.
pulling them out, then
You
it's just
guys
like pop.
Yeah, you're not considering or thinking about the removal process.
Yeah, that's what I was
Correct, I'm
thinking
not.
on the way out.
You know what? You're right. I'm not.
It's like
thinking
once you
about
pop
I
the
guess-
cord, and all of a sudden it's
It
just
depends. It depends
loose.
what you're using it for. You know, is you just gonna stick it in there or and leave it?
Do you pull them out slowly, or is it like starting a lawnmower?
That's up to you. That's your call. Sometimes you just put them in and leave them.
I've usually only seen slow, Jeremy. But you know,
I saw a comment where I would only give allowance to the kid if they beat me in a battle. Exactly.
They will get no allowance.
They would get no allowance. But
because I can't afford it.
At a certain point, they would get allowance, and that would be the most earned allowance they've ever had. They would never feel.
Here's your $2.
Yeah.
Dad,
I'm 28.
You shouldn't have a kid.
Yeah.
Me either. But at the same time, they would learn valuable life lessons
Matt,
really early.
How much money is that?
I don't think that's true.
A badge?
Here's
The best part about having kids is learning how wrong you are about what you can impart to them.
His bag is blocking Jeremy.
Well, the bag's tall. What can I say?
It's a big bag.
It's a tall bag. That bag's got to be like 5'5".
It's a big bag.
Any more knots
There's
in there?
definitely more knots in there.
Look at that.
Okay,
All the knots,
brought it right
please.
back.
Oh, you want a knot?
Yeah. Well, luckily with Iris, we're at the age where everything we say is amazing to her. We're like, yeah, that's red. Check it out.
I've seen a video of her seeing like the Christmas tree and stuff, or like the trick-or-treaters. It's
Oh yeah, she loves it. I started showing her a new show. I was talking about it earlier called what's Glitter Force on Netflix, but it's like all sparkles and color and
Glitter
lights, and
Force.
she loves it. She likes to dance to the theme song.
It's got some plot holes in it.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it's like
It
a
could have
Magic
some
Girl
work.
Sailor Moon show.
Need some
Kinda
work.
like that.
What
You
did
know, I'm
Iris
just saying,
think
it's
of
got ups and downs.
Bandersnatch?
She liked it. Yeah, she chose the Netflix ending.
I think she this is actually funny. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but we were watching it, and our nanny was just getting ready to leave. Like I turned it on. We literally had just enough time. Oh no! It was New Year's. That's what it was. So she was staying to watch her, so we could go out. So I was like, if we come home, we have just enough time to like watch Bandersnatch and then go out. So like turned it on. So she was downstairs like eating dinner, and our nanny's coming up the stairs with Iris, literally as someone's getting their head caved in. And I was like, like, I don't really give a crap what she watches, because it's like, I don't know, even most like stuff I watch, she doesn't really pay attention to it. But I mean, there was like, it was like the second she was entering the room, and I was like, oh shit. I hit back, and then it fucked me, like, out of Bandersnatch. And I was like, and I like worked back to get there, because I just like backed out of Netflix.
I feel like we were more concerned for her.
It was
Annie.
it was
like,
pretty
sorry.
brutal.
Just watching some violent murder here.
Yeah.
So there's no way to get like hop back into where you were for that.
No, there is.
Oh.
I backed too far by accident. But it's annoying as shit if you try to like rewatch it. You just got to rewatch the whole thing. You can't
fast
you
forward?
can't skim
There's no
through
skip
it.
ahead?
Nope.
Yeah.
You can only go forward 10 seconds at a time. So if you get to like the credits and you want to like go down a different path and see another ending, you got to watch the whole fucking thing again, which is kind of annoying.
Maybe on Apple TV you can do it because it has that like swipe the.
I didn't
Yeah,
try it
maybe,
on Apple TV,
maybe.
but I was like, all right, well let me. The whole thing is like it's like, and even the meta thing in Bandersnatch, you know, he's got a choose your own adventure book, and then the show is like a choose your own adventure. It's like, well, you don't have to go back and read the whole fucking beginning of the book again. You just go back to the page where you made the decision. So that was kind of annoying to me. I actually hit play like the next day. I found like a flow chart just to try and get to different stuff. I didn't want to read about what happened, but just so I could get something different. And I just pressed play, and I started like picking it with. I had it on mute because I was like, I don't want to watch an hour again, but I kind of want to do it. But then I just gave up on it because it was too much work.
Yeah. Talk about watching, or Iris watching like violent stuff too. I mean, shit. I put on Jurassic Park because I wanted to watch it, but I was like, I know you're young enough to where you won't know what's happening.
You won't retain this.
Yeah, she was something
The
like
trauma will be buried deep.
it was like 6 months or something like that, somewhere around there. But she started like she had been standing at that point, not walking, but she could hold herself up at the table. So anytime a raptor jumped on someone and started ripping them apart, she would start bouncing like, yeah, like look at them, they're hugging, yeah.
They're having fun.
She does do like bendy knees a lot when she gets excited.
Stay out of the hug fields.
Now she's in full blown like stamp mode though, like stomping her feet. Right? When she gets pissed off, she just goes. She does that.
It's weird that that's human nature to do that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I want it. You can pick her up, and she's like a fucking cartoon, like running in the air.
When do you grow out of that?
Sometimes
Some
you
people
don't.
never do.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't.
You've never seen someone get angry and
But
just
it was
stamp?
like, I think she finally learned to stop throwing herself backwards on the floor because she just kept fucking hitting her head, you know? When she just like, and then it's like one day, like out of nowhere, she started stamping her feet, and she'll like and like freak out. Like,
So stamping is preservation of the skull.
I think that's what it is. She swapped. She's
Something
like,
needs to
this.
hit the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, I can slam, I can show I'm pissed off, and I don't bash my head into something. So I think I'm gonna go with that.
Maybe she'll eventually learn your skills where you just like punch stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe. Punch a parking lot.
But then it goes that. But now you're going
concrete
you're
floor.
going in the wrong direction though. Then you go back to injuring yourself.
Now you're hurting yourself
It's not
again.
ideal. She's pretty good where she's at.
Goodness.
I should have stopped at 19 months.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Stick to stamping.
Did you guys have a thing that your parents would show you at a young age where you just like did not register what was happening, like a movie or TV show? Or do you remember the first time that as a kid you went like, that was fucked up what I just watched on TV?
The first thing where I was like, that's not for kids, and it's not even that bad. It was Mars Attacks, where I don't know, like someone's head explodes randomly, and I was like,
We just started
I think I was
watching. We started showing the kids Home Alone last night. We got through like the first half of it, but boy, there's a lot of cussing in that movie to start with.
in Home Alone?
Yeah, there's a lot of ass, a lot of hell.
Is hell swearing?
Depends on the usage.
Yeah, for me it was for sure.
Crap was swearing in my house. And they said crap in Hey Arnold. I was like, Helga went, what is this crap? And I was like, oh!
Yeah, I never really had to worry about some of the lower end ones, but I did have a friend who thought damn was swearing. Like,
Oh,
I said
yeah,
damn at
100%
his house.
damn?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
said and I said damn at his house, and his mum was like, I was like,
You had to say-
my mum lets me say.
I
damn."
couldn't even say fart.
Damn.
I wasn't allowed to say the word fart.
I couldn't
Fart?
call- I couldn't
Fart,
call,
yeah. We said bunt.
anybody-
Were you allowed to say anus?
No.
Probably didn't
It
know
never
what it
it didn't
was.
come up much.
Oh, anus.
No, bunt. My dad will still he texted me the other day like I bunted at work and it was bad. I was like, thanks,
That's
Dad.
weird.
Thanks,
Bunt.
Dad.
I couldn't call somebody stupid.
Oh,
They're like,
stupid.
that's an insult. Like you can't do that.
That is a mean thing to say.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
true.
yeah, that is. But some people are stupid.
Could you
Well,
say
yeah, but when you're talking about dealing with kids, you gotta like get them to the point where they're like, I know that what I'm saying is bad, and now I'm saying it as a choice.
I guess that's fair, but I was also like 10, so
Could you say you have low
So you were saying you were a slow learner.
I guess I could say you have
stupid.
low intelligence.
They were talking about saying it.
Yeah, this is
is
a
what it
stupid
was.
one.
I
Yeah.
feel like if my kid is saying the name of an organ or something, it's fine.
I guess
Penis.
That's fair.
Anus.
I know. I grew up with
If
so
he
many
says
people.
like peckle,
That's
It's a
fine.
context
Not a
thing.
pecker.
no, I said
It is a
peckle.
context.
It's context. If he's like,
Making it up.
oh, my penis itches,
It's
that's
not
one
a
thing.
pecker.
If he's like, that guy's a giant penis, then
Alright.
that's kind of
Yeah.
not
It
a
depends
nice
if
thing
the
to
guy's a
say.
giant penis or not. though.
I've dressed
I didn't say
as a
had. I mean is.
No, that's what I said. It depends if he's a giant
That's
penis.
If he
anatomically
is a giant
correct,
penis,
and I
then
think you
sure.
should use those terms. But I know so many people to this day who treat vagina and penis like they're the worst swear words. Like, how
Yeah.
could you say
What, but the best part is, what do they call them then? When
that? And something always
Pussy and
weirder.
dick.
Yeah. You're like, oh, she heard her hoo-hoo. I'm like, oh, that sounds creepy.
God damn it, you
It's
call it
even
a cunt
creepier.
like you're supposed to.
It's weird.
Remember that episode of King of the Hill where she was like,
You act like a man.
Penis. Vagina. Yes, Peggy. That's amazing.
the whole neighborhood can hear you cussing.
What is the actual name for your bum?
What?
What do you mean?
Anus.
Your sphincter.
No, not your asshole.
You mean not the rectum, but the
And then what?
posterior?
Gluteus
Or the,
maximus.
You
Yeah,
pulled
like
the bunt.
Gluteus.
I knew it.
It's the sphincter.
Yeah, text message from my dad. Everyone's mad at me. Those Fiber One bars made me bunt. That's one way to get them away from me.
It's so weird.
Because he's also like apparently he's a son of a bitch at work. Like everyone hates him. He's really mean to everybody. And then
buttocks.
That's great. Yeah,
he works with my
Same
uncle.
buttocks.
They work in the same
Buttocks are the
place.
cheeks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, which part? Describe the part.
The
you're talking-
whole bum.
The whole thing.
The whole
Yeah.
thing to me, that's like a butt. I don't
Yeah.
But
but
ass.
Christ.
why are you laughing? What's so funny about that?
it's just not medically an
You're
ass.
part of the problem.
couldn't medically be an ass?
Doctor,
not?
he's
Yeah.
broken
It's
his
not
ass.
medically an ass
Right.
about
What
that.
would they write on the form if you had like an iron bar? through your
Ass.
No, they
Broke your
wouldn't.
ass.
Ass bar.
ass puncture.
An ass is a donkey. All right.
It's true. Buttocks, maybe?
I think
Posterior?
That right there is a pierced
probably.
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about not being able to call people stupid. I couldn't do the same thing either, mostly because it was usually directed at my sister. That's
Well,
not
yeah,
good.
it was normally directed at my mom, but
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I would get the shit kicked out of me. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah,
You
same.
respect
Me too.
Mama, Papa,
Yeah.
Tuggy. But my dad did like weird Southerner terms. And I don't know if you had anything like this. Like he was all about like fixing to and like, hey man, listen, like stuff like that. But if I did something that was dumb, he'd be like, "Come on, Lindsay, this is Mickey Mouse stuff."
You've said that before. Also, you like hillbilly your dad for sure. Your dad don't sound like that.
It's a slow pacing that I can't replicate.
That's the Mickey Mouse bullshit.
Medical definition of gluteal.
Yeah.
The gluteus maximus.
I should gluteus
You added
maximus.
Maximus.
Well, it says right there.
Yeah, no,
It's just formed by the gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, and gluteus minimus.
pertaining to the buttocks region.
I don't know, but I feel like I should work it
I
out.
want to know where my Maximus, Medius, and Minimus are.
I don't want my minimus to be minimus anymore. I want all of them to be
I
max.
kind of wish we had like one of those
Jeremy
roll
should be
charts
Rimimus.
we could pull down.
Shut the fuck up. Don't give him ideas. Now he's gotten Remy organs, okay?
I was born with Remy.
Romans.
Gluteus timius. Christ.
You alright, Matt? What are you doing over there? That was beer? That was your
Matt don't do well with beer.
No, he says it, but
I would drink whiskey.
what did he have before
You know
we
what
got
my first-
here? Like one shot?
No,
I wasn't
it
paying
was up
attention.
to here.
This was brand new. This was from the guy who gifted me
What are
the.
you waiting
Stop
around
that.
for?
So close.
It's just bullying.
It was the
Matt.
Maker's Mark
Just throwing bread.
like ambassadorship. It came with this.
Yeah.
I think.
It was good.
Oh wait, you
Dude.
really a whiskey ambassador?
Dude.
Yeah,
the
there's
whole
a
thing,
barrel
he's
with
got
my
a
name on
barrel
it.
named after it, or not
Really?
named after
Yeah, fan bombing that.
Is it empty?
I think the barrel's
Gluteus max and
We're
min
aging now.
are depth of the muscle in your ass.
So do people have different maxes? Like, yeah, what do
So
you
it's like
max
your dermis and your epidermis, basically?
Sure.
So my minimus is like right up against my pelvis.
What a waste
I don't know. I want to know.
Just say asshole.
Yeah.
What a waste of time.
Well, no, we're not.
Dude.
They're not talking about the.
I'm not talking about the hole,
That's
it's the muscle
rectum.
now.
Yeah,
It's
they're
just
talking about all the
muscle
stuff
top.
around it.
Oh, okay.
Bung
I feel like I could.
Bunghole
if
is a line
I,
Gluteus minimus is from the middle of the ass cheek down to the top of the hamstring.
I feel like
Okay.
Kevin's losing it.
So you got
We got the.
Oh,
we got
Ryan's
the
showing.
All right,
Ryan's
okay.
drunk.
middle of the
There
ass
he goes,
cheek
showing off again.
all the way down to the
There,
hamstring.
yeah.
MeUndies.
nice minimus, right?
Thank you.
Or a whole ass.
I feel like in the unfortunate timeline where maybe I had become a doctor, I could have shorthanded a lot of those terms. I'd be like, whoa, this guy fucking broke his dick.
yeah.
Don't know what I was expecting.
Like,
Penile
what happens? Like,
fracture.
his
That's
fucking, his ass got cut up.
No,
I'd be writing on the
you
chart,
say-
like, got
you gotta
fucked up.
you gotta keep it a little scientific. You'd be like his ass got lacerated.
The ass got
Mix
fucked
and
up.
match.
I just want to see a doctor that sees a guy and goes, oof. Don't
The thing
even
is,
worry
the
about
thing
it.
is, though,
Right, we call that
messed
a
up.
laceration. Please.
The thing is, though, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. The thing is, then if it's like an amazing surgery, though, would you care? You'd be like, I hate this guy, but he's such a good surgeon. That's the doctor I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you got to slow roll into it. Though. It's like, yes, the patient suffered blunt force trauma to the pussy.
That's even more. That's like more serial killer what you're doing. Because then the tone of the doctor's still there. I'd walk in and be like, so would you bust your nut? What's up? You got somebody slap your tit?
Bust your nut.
Show me where it
do you
hurts.
need? Yeah.
Show me where it hurts.
I just started seeing a new dentist, and he's kind of like that. He does good work, but his bedside manner is a little iffy for me in the sense that he says stuff like that. I'm fine with swearing, obviously, but I come in to get work done, and at some point he was like, "All right, we'll have you in and out in like an hour." I was like, "Oh well, I took off from work. It's okay. Take your time." He's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do like a shit job or anything. No, fuck that." And I was like, "Whoa, you're a dentist."
You are a dentist, sir. You are a professional.
I want to be in there and the guy comes in. It's like, oh yeah, I had a work accident. I'd be like, you got fucking hammered, man. Damn, dude.
Here we are at this morning's tit stuffing.
Oh.
That's
Shove it
cosmetic
in there.
surgery.
My dentist is not well aware of what I do. Like, he knows that I'm like on camera. Especially after the sour ball thing.
Oh, yeah.
I went into the dentist and he just looked at my mouth and went, ooh. he goes, that looks bad. He's like, that looks real painful.
God.
I'm going to prescribe you something.
I didn't know that could happen. That was amazing.
It was awful.
That was amazing.
Yeah. It was not great.
Someone said dentist with a dirty mouth.
Yeah. I want a dentist that
Clean it up.
if I ever am not paying attention, just pull
By the way, that
a
was
shot in my mouth.
Jeff Goldboom
That's awesome.
Was that
was the username.
Can you do the thing where you open your gullet and just like pour liquid down?
Just pour it down.
No, I'll
can't.
choke to death.
I can't.
No.
Like being able to swallow with my mouth open, I can't. I don't think I can even do that.
I'll be honest, never have been in like, a situation where I need to try
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm just trying to like,
Well,
when
okay.
were you open?
He's Lasso
when were you swallowing
drunk.
with your mouth open?
What are you
was trying to
throwing
do it.
at
Like, see if
Matt?
you
What
can do
is
it.
it?
No.
Wax.
You might be able to do it.
I'm not going to do it. I've watched you guys
Medically
drown yourselves with
safe.
straws before. I'm not going to do it on the podcast right now with like Try to swallow mid gargle.
What about you, Lindsay? Can you swallow with your mouth open?
Experience says yes.
What? Because I've tried it.
Ryan,
I'm trying. Can't do it.
I can't do it, but I'd be interested to see if.
I don't know.
I mean, I can do it like slowly, you know, like gulping, but not like
Maybe
where it's just
liquid.
like.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he's asking. He's asking about liquid.
Just have it like.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like I can do that where it's like.
I got it.
The answer is
But
no.
it's those people that can
couldn't
like
do it.
leave it.
Yeah,
It's like they don't need the gulp. It's just like opens.
Is it the
It
people
just
that have
pours
these
in.
things of beer and they go like
Like the dude from the Man
like
Show.
gone?
I guess to be fair, you always swallow with your mouth open.
I mean,
I mean, if you're like,
I mean, not when you're eating like food.
Technically.
So could you fill your mouth right now, open it, and swallow it all? Like
I just did. I did.
Yeah.
With a full mouth?
Not a full mouth.
But the
mouth, right
true test is opening your mouth, pouring it in, and never having it pool up. Just go right down your throat.
You swallowed it. It's gone.
He did it.
All right.
All right.
Now hit him. So, audio listeners, what Matt did was he hit Gavin when he had his mouth
Matt
full
just
of beer.
tapped him on the stomach and Gav imploded.
Are you all right?
Nice.
I didn't mean to hurt you, buddy.
Damn.
He almost just drowned in front of
There's
us.
napkins over here where they always are. Now you're giving him the burpees. Now he's burping.
God.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Wow.
Someone just said ziggy, ziggy, ziggy. Wait.
That was the guy I was talking about. I don't remember what his name was.
All right, who's up next?
Yeah, you know, I'm really fixing to try it after that.
Did they mention the time moving next week?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, talked about that, the posters.
Man, I got nothing. I don't care. Oh, they switched them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh.
They done did it.
Did that.
Yeah, you.
That was
That's
when they
us.
were at their highest.
Because of you, though.
I've been looking at a lot of
They gave
pictures of
them to you
Gavin
much
because
lower.
I've been making the
'Cause you
intro
love
for
him?
AH Live,
Ah.
and I've just been watching those shorts. They go,
Creep.
they keep getting higher and
Because
higher.
you kept going and rolling them up.
Yeah.
Was there one picture too where you flashed the camera? Or no?
There was one where the
you? You took your ball
penal
out?
bulge was visible through the.
Sweet. Oh, okay.
short.
They're focused on
I was looking for that. I was like, "Where's Cat gone?"
Oh, she joined the set.
Yeah.
All right. Nice zoom in.
It's also just kind of like bleh,
I'm gonna drink that.
thrown over.
I'm almost out.
It's not even
won't
like
feel bad
standing
at all.
up.
Sunny people in the back.
Also,
What's left? Those are the three survivors.
Yeah.
Dennis and Frank got
Frank is
destroyed.
Frank got
demolished.
messed up.
Yeah.
So did Dennis. They got smashed to bits.
You've seen Jeff's dick. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Where's this going?
I don't think anyone else in Achievement Hunter has seen everyone else's dick.
No, we usually keep our penis in our pants.
I've seen Michael's.
You
scrotum.
you batwinged him.
That's
so.
nuts.
That's
That's like that's like male nipple.
That's
Scrotum.
down.
Everybody's scrotum looks the same. It's just scrot.
Yeah, but it was
I mean,
really
you're
stretched
kind of-
and the light was shining through it.
Yeah.
What?
He's got like a
That's the point of
gossamer
a bat
scrotum.
wing.
No, when you stretch it, I mean, that's it gets thin.
Last one, Kobe. Damn it.
That was so bad.
Never.
That was
What'd
a while
you do
ago.
to that garlic knot?
It was a time.
2014, 2015.
I've seen
No, it was probably
the kangaroo
2014.
ball sack purses. I wonder if they're human ones.
Not that people are
Yeah.
allowed to own.
Yeah, I'm sure
I
there
mean, I would
are.
say-
I don't think they sell them. You donate your
Are you a
nutsack.
serial killer? The fuck
What are you talking
What are
There
you
isn't such
asking
thing as
here?
Hey, I just want to make sure that these are like legally sourced human nutsacks.
Yeah.
It's a
Do you
little-
have any people pocket
I do
books?
want. I
on.
want to own a purse of nutsacks, but only if they donated it.
When I die,
Yeah, put it on your.
when I
on your- on
die,
your
I want
driver's
my
license.
kidneys to go to science and my nutsack to go to the gift shop.
It's like
Yeah.
you know you have like a little heart on your driver's license. It's just a ball sack symbol, and that means like donate my nuts. to
Donate my
whatever.
nuts.
It's all it is the heart upside down.
No, not the nuts. You can have the sack. You take the
Take-
nuts,
take
you
the
might
nuts,
make more
too.
of me.
Take the
How,
nuts.
how big is a scrotal skin?
When
I bet
it's
it's
ironed out.
Stretchy.
Yeah.
Do you think you could wear it the same way? I bet you could.
Phelps is up.
I bet it could stretch over.
You can make a
Cap
max.
looks-
I bet it can
Right
stretch
in the
over.
scrotum of his best friend.
You can make
You don't want to know what his goggles are.
Oh, God.
Brian say no. I'm not gonna say it.
You started to say it as you were reading it.
Yeah, I was
What's
just,
that
they were
mean?
trying to trick me.
What's that word mean?
I don't know. It's a
It's one
Kanye
of the
thing,
meme
right?
things, right? Y-E-E-T.
He doesn't want to say it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
Eat.
What does it mean?
I don't know.
Leave it in 2018. There you
I've
go.
seen on
It's
all over the
2019, man.
Yeah.
I keep writing 2018.
What?
It's from a Vine.
From a vine.
Oh,
that died forever ago.
Yeah, it did.
It was murdered.
I've seen yeet used in
guy from
place of
Vine?
certain words. Like,
He killed himself.
oh man, this guy came over.
know what you're talking
and
about.
yeet.
I was talking about Vine itself. I don't want to get involved in what you're talking about.
I thought the guy that made Vine in HQ Trivia.
It was like co-founder or whatever. That is true.
Overdosed.
That is true. That's true. Not what I was talking about, but yes, that.
So
did
he
happen
was
recently.
so successful that he died.
I don't think that.
Well, he
no,
overdosed,
probably
right?
not.
Probably
No.
depression.
Yeet is the sound of being excited.
It is not.
No, it's not.
I've never once been excited
the
and
Vine, like, they threw a can
exclaimed
or
that
some
word.
I've seen so many Vines, but I haven't seen the Yeet Vine. I suck.
Do you want to watch it now?
No, I don't.
Shut
Yes, I do.
the fuck up.
I've seen that one a lot. I've seen like REEEEE a lot. Like I guess
Oh,
it's a
Ree.
yeah.
It's like anger noise.
like with
Well, that's-
like mad.
Oh, I thought it
yeah.
was
That's in line
No, I
with the
think
chicken
it's like-
tendies crowd.
I don't know what that
Chicken
means.
tendies.
either.
Oh man,
one?
don't go down that rabbit hole.
I don't want to.
Stay
I don't
away
want to
from
go
it.
in any holes.
Be right back.
I want no rabbits.
No, don't go tendies. Don't look up tendies.
Which
tendies
one
is
is
going
Archie
to take you
cast,
to a
Michael?
dark place.
Is that Lindblad?
Who else
Yeah.
would it be?
Shut up. I watched him type that in the chat.
How do you sound drunk? I don't understand it.
What's that? I always sound drunk.
No, it's especially now.
It's
You're like
post
slurring
Lasso,
from
man.
It
Lasso.
is post
You're
Lasso.
like, who is that?
He's all
Like,
skulls
what the hell's
drunk.
happening?
Yeah.
Did you drink first?
No, he had a beer,
I've had this,
which is probably half.
which was up to about there.
Dude, it took me 2 cups to get to the phone. It was not good. But at least it's a new keg. It's not yucky.
It
It's a bit
is.
cloudy.
Matt, I have seen the Yeet Vine because I just watched it again. I forgot because I've watched so many Vines. And it was someone throwing a soda can.
Okay, so they're just straight up like, yeet, and I threw
Yeah,
that.
that's literally what happened.
Oh, that's
Yes.
sticky.
It wasn't. It's been empty for like 2 hours.
Matt, drink more. Hurry up.
What?
I don't know.
Don't make him drink beer.
I'm not making. I'm encouraging.
The
There's a
first time
difference.
I was ever with Matt when he had alcohol,
Making him do anything.
was
It was 2 weeks
the
ago.
first Extra Life. So Extra Life 2014.
That was the first time he
the
had
first one we were
alcohol?
here.
What?
The first time I was with Matt
him.
when he had.
Yeah, I had alcohol before that.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go
So-
pee. Be right back.
Extra Life 2014.
Eat.
I brought in a big thing of Captain Morgan white rum. Remember that? Like huge
Well,
thing.
sort of.
And
It's fuzzy.
we were in the kitchen, and it was me, Matt, and Adam
remember
Ellis, and so Adam poured 3 shots, and he's like, "Yeah, here we go. Here's to Extra Life," and we clinked, and then Matt drank it, and then just went, and it all came back out as he spit took the entire thing
Felt
back
so
out.
bad.
Was that filmed?
Why did you do
No, it was just in the kitchen, and
Damn.
Ellis could not stop laughing.
Yeah.
Adam could not stop.
I never had anything straight like that.
There we go. It's delicious too, that Captain Morgan white.
Yeah, I felt bad afterward.
I felt bad because I wasted it.
I did. And then I
That was
started
a good
mixing
one.
it. It was good.
I feel like you started drinking a lot of it too. On that one, you would like walk on with shots of it, but it wasn't in a shot glass. It was in like a little tiny flute-looking thing, like you know, like a champagne flute. It was like that, but smaller. And you like kept having those and walking on and drinking them for some reason.
I don't deny it.
It sounds like a Michael thing.
Look, there's a certain point in most of those streams where Michael checks out.
It's true.
Then you got a kid.
The kid one,
Yeah.
all here.
Yeah.
Even the last one wasn't too bad. The last one we just got pelted to fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, the Moonies.
Yeah, the milk thing was good though. The chocolate milk,
Yeah, I chunked up.
the that worked.
Was
I
it
can't
good?
believe how well that worked.
Or-
I mean, good like audience good. Like I mean, it wasn't fun. I mean, it was physically it wasn't, but entertainment value, I feel like it was good. Which is really all
It's
you can
getting
ask
pretty
for.
consistent where I will Uber home in pain with like milky vomit taste.
I mean, now it's a tradition. You just
It
gotta,
is.
It feels right at this
It's a
point.
tradition.
Milky vomit taste.
Oh, you get to reload.
Damn it.
I've never had a milk vomit. How are they?
Not
Damn
good.
it,
that was
There's something
close.
about a lot of milk that's just the slime it forms is worse than regular.
Really, I would have thought it'd be kind of smooth coming back up.
It's smooth in general, but the sort of the film that it leaves is.
Oh.
My friend in high
gotta
school
go for
ruined
skim.
milk. Because he told me it was like mostly
Yeah.
cow mucus.
For
crazy.
vomiting? I mean, that's just
Like-
white water.
Yeah, but I'd throw
It
up
is.
just
It's
from
mostly
drinking
cow mucus that's just like sitting in a
Whatever,
sack.
everything's gross when you think about it. Like honey is bee vomit.
Yeah.
Honey is bee
Yeah.
vomit.
Bees are clean
Sure is.
creatures. Though. You see them like wash their hands all the time. That's what they do.
So
Yeah.
I have clean hands. Stick
Mm-hmm.
it. Listen, I don't really care where stuff comes from. I just care what it ends up as.
Shit.
Come.
If they bottled cum and it was delicious, I'd drink it.
What's that coffee where something like a small marmot eats it and then shits it out?
Oh, the monkey shit.
There's
civet.
also
All kinds of shit.
There's bat guano, right? Like they do that.
Bat guano is
that is guano,
don't
but
normally eat it. Bat guano is more for like a fertilizer type thing.
I thought that.
No, you do. It can be eaten.
Yeah.
why would you eat it?
You can eat guano?
Matt
For
Bragg
what
is right.
Purpose?
What do you eat it for?
I don't know.
Is it
People
like
eat
a
all kinds of
topping
crazy
or-
shit.
I don't fucking go and harvest the guano.
People
from the
eat like
bat.
bugs
It's
and
like a
shit.
crafting material.
I mean, I'm not saying you can't use it.
Yeah, civet is the poo.
The poo coffee.
The poo coffee.
And apparently it changes the taste of it because the enzymes in the whatever it is stomach.
I mean,
like,
there must be a
works on it.
reason they do it, right?
Have you ever eaten?
The question for me is who
discovered that?
What?
Towards you. You got the wax in this.
Suck
Ow.
it down.
That's not possible.
Yeah, it is.
I have tracked every piece of wax that I've thrown.
I swear to God, there's wax in
Anything's
this.
possible.
That's maybe. Anyway, who's the first person that saw a civet poop out a pile of coffee beans and went, maybe it's better?
Well, I mean, you have that questions about so many different things. There's Kazumazu, which is the other gross shit. That's the cheese with the maggots in it.
Yeah.
Milky.
Milk is one. I mean, but milk. You drink milk as a kid.
What
It's
kimchi?
just not from a.
We're just like, let's
remember that.
bury the shit and let it rot and then taste
They
it.
do that with a fish as well. It's
They
like
just dig it up.
fermented old fish.
Carl is the one they bury.
thing is, like, I just think about, like, how whatever the process is to get to something, like, yeah, where it came from. I fucking despise celery, and that's just food.
Regular. Straight up.
No, I wouldn't eat celery. It doesn't taste good. It tastes like shit.
What about
I hate
any other
it.
stuff? What about when it's in like a chicken noodle soup?
Then it fucking ruins chicken noodle soup. I
What
hate it.
if it's like
The
in a
worst.
tuna sandwich?
That's the worst. It ruins the whole sandwich because I can't even take it out.
Yeah.
It's just tiny little bits of like.
Okay,
It's
how
like
much for you to
fucking
eat?
guacamole. It's like cilantro.
I
It's
don't
just
eat
filled with
Cilantro's
like.
pretty terrible.
How much for you to eat
ruins
a whole celery
everything.
stick on video?
I mean, I'd do anything on camera. The thing,
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I
I
mean?
just watched you pump.
Would you
pump
gag?
it.
I can put my own personal tastes aside.
Would
for
celery
do this.
make you gag?
No, I'll do this.
What about a celery smoothie?
That'd be disgusting.
Yeah, why would you
I
make
would hate that.
That's just
It's just-
water.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate that shit. So if
And
you're
it's
telling me,
string.
if you're telling me
It's
there's
like-
some kind of like bat cum that's a delicious drink,
Guano.
I'd take that over celery. No, that's poop. We were just talking
Yeah.
about that.
Celery is like good for you only because of the fact it takes more energy to eat it than it gives you. Right?
I don't know what
It's
Matt said.
accurate.
Allegedly.
It's got fiber in
I
it.
don't like it.
Well, not if you slide it whole down your
Hey.
throat.
Okay. Also,
All right, well, you deep throat the celery. Yeah, I guess you got me.
here's the horse shit with that. People are like, oh, it takes more calories to eat celery than you get from the celery, right?
Sure.
That's
I
what
mean,
people
like
say.
digestive
Diet food.
or-
There you go.
But that doesn't mean that you could just
chewy.
sit there eating celery and become thin.
Wait.
You can like keep eating celery and get
mean, if
thinner.
you
Oh, yeah,
eat
there's
whole
no-
celery-
You would like malnourish
Yes.
yourself, I would assume.
Yeah, you need more nutrients than what you're getting in
Yeah.
just basically cellulose. That's it. You're
Also-
grinding it up and you'll shit it right
Cellulose
out.
sounds fake.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's
It's a
something they
conspiracy.
made up. Yeah.
Goodness. Coming in, there's kitchen's right over there. There was a cake
Oh.
chilling out there.
Yo,
and
what?
it's a 7-Up cake. So I don't
It's
know.
7-Up flavored?
Yeah, like it has the official 7-Up logo on it. It's like official lime taste. I'm like, the fuck is this?
Go and get it.
So I kind of want a piece, but I
Go
don't know.
get it, go
Yeah,
get
so-
it.
all right, hang on.
Go get some pregnant woman.
Go get two
Is it whole or is it cut into already?
whole cake.
So maybe they're saving it for something.
Maybe, yeah, or if it's not cut
Maybe
into
don't
yet.
just pick up someone else's cake and cut into it.
We don't know what happens in this building no more. You know.
It's true.
Hey, there's some really weird, clearly for something branded cake out there. Let's just take it.
Look, they know what we are.
What's the?
Who's they?
This is
Doesn't
what
matter.
Whoever brought the kitchen,
Any day.
This is being broadcast. It's on all like the screens around here.
They-
They have every opportunity to stop.
They put it near Achievement Hunter. They know what that means.
This is not near Achievement Hunter. It's a totally different building.
It's
this
true.
This is where we shoot
Most
the podcast.
days-
We're around here.
I would argue this is the least of where we are.
What I will say,
I would argue that during this podcast is when we're at the most dangerous for just taking
I mean, I'm
shit.
just saying.
I feel like if it's on the
entire
tables
company,
out
check
there,
the schedule.
that's dangerous. Like
That's
if-
open.
When I got that spiral cake, if I left that thing whole on the table, I don't expect people to not.
That's what we do, though. That's our trash table. But I don't know that the other rest of the company thinks that way. Because when we go, I don't want this shit, I go to the support room. And when they don't want this shit,
I think they know, and if they don't, they need to learn.
If it's out there, that's free.
All right.
Here's what I know.
I'll take his word for it. He works in this building.
I took that pile of FM transmitters that I received.
She took the whole cake.
I don't care. Take
And I,
Let's get into.
That's fine. You said it's okay.
I took that pile of FM transmitters, I put it on the table out there, and before I got back to the office to say there are FM transmitters on the table, they were all gone.
Yeah.
Oh, is it funnel cake?
They'll snatch it up.
It's a fun
cake.
Yeah, buns.
I don't know. Funnel cake is not that at all.
It's a French fry covered in sugar.
So to your dad, this would be 100% fart.
I've never seen a funnel cake. That just looked like a funnel.
Funnel cake is fucking amazing.
Is it funnel cake different in the UK also?
Sure.
I don't know, Lindsay. I'm not big on cake.
There's a hair on
Funnel
it.
cake is
Well, don't give me
fucking
that.
delicious.
What's it made of? Cake?
It's just like
It's like dough.
Sugar.
Oh man.
That's it, right?
dough.
It's also called
like
elephant
thin-
ears.
Tastes like cake.
It's like thin fried dough,
Basically-
covered in powdered sugar.
Yeah, they take dough and then they just squirt it like this into the fryer,
When I went
and it
home-
makes like a
Podcast,
mash.
show him a funnel cake.
Yeah,
Put
when
it
I
up
went
there.
home, we went to like a
Funnel
Christmas
cake.
thing. We immediately stood in line for a funnel cake. We stood in line for an hour to pay for the funnel
That's
cake.
woke trash.
Then we stood in another line to get the funnel cake for over an hour.
That's where
2
are you
hours of
waiting
my
that
life.
long for funnel
Because
cake?
it's South Carolina. Everything's slow.
Fair.
You don't have an option.
All right.
It took
That's funnel
2
cake.
hours
funnel
to get
cake,
that.
baby.
Oh, it's
It looks
nothing like what I pictured.
Brains
No,
and diarrhea,
it's
but
delicious.
it
I
tastes
I mean, they literally, it's like a piping bag, and they just squish it into a fryer.
Yeah.
Just dough.
Now, this looks like a nice
Like
lemon
a thin
bun with
donut.
some lime coating here, some glaze.
This is a bun.
There's nothing 7-Up about
This
this.
is a bun, but not like not a fart cake.
Oh, it's not a
not
fart
a
cake.
Jeremy's dad cake.
No, bunt. It's got a D in it. This.
Oh, bunded.
Not a bunt.
The abundance is snatched.
Bunt is fart.
This
And a
cake
moving
Bunt is not
baseball.
fart in anywhere outside
So for
your
me,
house.
like, if I was to hang up some bunting, would you know what that is?
I don't know what
No.
that is.
It's the, like the
I never know what
decorative.
half of what you
Farting.
said is.
But apparently, I'm hanging up farts, according to Jeremy.
Yeah.
Bunting?
Different places, you know?
So what's... Is there
Different
a D in
strokes,
what you're
different
saying?
folks.
No D.
B-U-N-T-I-N-G.
Is it
bunting.
the triangle?
Yeah,
things?
and then you like hang them up to celebrate British shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you hang them up
British
for
shit.
celebrate British
Well,
shit.
there's a word for those in America. Like, what's the
The Triforce.
Let's get up a
the
picture of
little
some
flags that you
bunting.
wave at sporting events? Those
Oh.
Matt,
What
you
what are they
should
called?
you should
Fuck.
pour some of
Trash.
the whiskey on the cake.
No.
Yeah.
Why not?
No.
You
Soak it up.
Cook with it.
Cake.
Whiskey and 7-Up, that works, right?
Yeah.
That's a mixer. You got a cake mixer.
Try it. Just do a little bit.
How's,
the
how's
one.
the cake?
But it's the alcohol and the chaser in one bite.
Bunting!
You save your time. Oh, that's
you go.
at like a fair.
That's
Like a
Those are just
festival.
little flags.
All right, our little flags. That's correct.
I don't see anything other than that.
I got
called
really
them
nervous.
Fairground flags.
Yeah.
I was wrong about
That was
something.
Yep.
right. Say that 20 times fast. Fairground flags.
You good?
I'm not gonna do it. They'll end up saying something very offensive.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Say that, 4 times. Get you. Monster cake is delicious. Monster cake?
What?
I mean, I'm assuming instead of 7-Up, Monster.
Oh my god.
I don't like Monster drink.
Holy shit.
I love Monster.
What about
Energy.
Red
sure
Bull
do.
cake?
Someone send me that recipe.
I don't like it
Very
as much as
energizing
Monster.
cake.
What the hell are
Get
you
away from me.
touching it for?
Monster never sponsored the stream
Nope.
theme.
We were close.
We wanted
By
them to
that, I mean, we
sponsor
weren't.
so bad so we could say we are the team that streams, but the stream team is sponsored by Monster, the Monster that sponsors.
I remember
It's the
us-
only reason we
yeah.
wanted it.
I remember us making that joke and then me going out to lunch and seeing a truck that was just Monster.
Yeah.
All in front. I was like, oh my god, that's right. We could have it.
We could have that.
I just gotta follow them and talk to them.
Monster.
Penance. Yeah, they are called that. Yeah.
Monster.
What did you think
Energy
you'd
drink.
get for there?
Penance.
Yeah. Let's.
Isn't that
Oh my
religious?
god.
No,
The
that's
Monster Energy drink
penance.
cupcakes. I gotta make those.
Penance.
Yeah, penance. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And not penance like church penance.
No,
There you go, yeah.
it's not the C, it's a T.
You go. I want to pay penance.
My
You
so close.
pronunciation's
unroll like a
not
big
good.
thing of flags.
I really
pay
work on that.
bunting to this. That's my sins.
Red Bull cupcakes.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Broadcast got whaled because they're like, "Hey, podcast is dying down," and we're like, "New cast."
Podcast number
Fucking
2.
dude, we just started.
Oh,
2:30, and they're just like,
It's already 2. It's been going for 2.5 hours.
There's a bunch of wax in the
"We have so
floor,
much
right?
time though." Well, that's because Ryan's just been chucking
I
it.
know.
There's a
Matt, you
What
gotta
I
get
do.
you gotta get some whiskey cake.
There is a
before we get
post
out.
show,
right.
and then
I'll
when you
eat
need
the
to play
cake.
Blackout, we're almost
More
out.
cake, man.
Someone asked what
always
the
more
monkey
cake.
I don't
bread
think we
is.
have
Come on.
Any day.
You're
blackouts
not
in the
full.
can.
Monkey
We have
bread's
no
delicious.
blackouts
We
in the
have
can.
none.
Oh, oh, oh.
Let's stop.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Next week.
Next week, if you're watching this live, next week we move to 2:30 Central. So whatever the hell time you normally watch it in your time zone, it's 2.5 hours later. If you watch it after it's recorded, then it doesn't matter because you're not live. So if you want to watch it live, sign up to be a first member at roosterteeth.com. Then you can watch it live. And we talk about food a lot.
We should get some bunting to celebrate.
Bunting.
Yes.
Ooh, farting
bunting.
or
Both.
We should get some
All of the
farting or flags.
bunting
or
to celebrate the bunt cake.
to celebrate Lasso. That happened.
Yeah.
I don't know if my achievement popped yet, but I'll go and check it after this.
I hope it didn't.
I hope. Yeah.
That'd be really funny to me.
Very funny. He's all about content, so hopefully he doesn't get it. Thanks for watching.